Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. As usual, we'll do a quick recap of what occurred last week, and then we'll get started with today's session. So team, when we picked up last week, you guys were essentially cleaning up or finishing up the Temple of Morena. You guys had a couple of interesting encounters in there. You explored the blood fountain once again, and Zach decided to draw a quantity of that water into a water skin to take it back to be identified. You guys then made your way further into the complex, finding a locked door. Upon getting through it, and even when you started opening it, you heard a voice calling from the other side, essentially saying to go away, like they knew it was you, kind of deal. As you entered, there was a woman lying in bed next to a corpse, and she said some very outlandish and scary kind of thoughts, primarily that they're coming, they're all around here. As you guys decided to eventually enter the room, these two shadowy forms emerged from the two side rooms and rushed forward. And it may have been three shadowy forms. It was hard to see. But as those shadowy forms kind of discorporated and turned into more substantial things that you could see, you were engaged in combat with these forms. One of them seemed to fall over the woman in the bed, and her eyes changed dramatically. And then she engaged in combat with you as well. The corpse lied there, didn't do anything, but it was certainly a little bit suspicious. So eventually we had the head of the corpse chopped off by Glory there. But yeah, the team continued fighting, killing both of those shadowy forms. Not before, however, some strength was drained out of Glory, as their touch seemed to just drain away the physical strength of who they hit. With those opponents defeated, you guys continued scouting this area, eventually making your way down to this area where there was a lot of storage. You found quite a bit of water, some wine, some other foodstuffs, and then found yourself in another chamber that seemed to contain some torture devices and some S&M devices. On the other side, in the other room, you guys found a carpet that came to life and attacked you as you entered. It didn't put up much of a fight as you guys were prepared for it, and, well, there were 7 of you, right? You guys did manage to defeat these final opponents, and then made your way back out into the city of Zobak to decide what exactly to do next. While you were in the city of Zobak, you guys spent some time. You had essentially a few days here where you could travel around the city, kind of talk with folks, do some shopping, those kind of things. You were able to let everybody know, of course, about your ultimate success, as previously, as you had exited the temple, you had sort of filled in the king, and you had filled in the family of Rosalind, of course, having rescued her and returned her to her father and husband. You guys were notified of this interesting shop that had sort of popped up in the Kobold Ghetto. You guys visited there at least once or twice just to kind of check it out. Notice it had some interesting different items for sale. Some of them are quite expensive, however. After a few days of essential downtime, kind of just relaxing, doing a few odds and ends of your own personal choice, eventually you guys found yourself back in the Rampant Roach, using that sort of as your main hangout, when you were approached by a gear forge that you had previously seen, and informed you that it had been dubbed pious, essentially elevated in ranking in the Temple of Rava, and it asked you to follow it. It said that your names were given by the Oracle, and you needed to go speak to the priestess among humans of Rava. Eventually you guys agreed to do so, and the Gearforge took you into the temple, bypassing some common folks and some nobles who seemingly were waiting. You guys were filled in on some information that every now and again this oracle, which is a mechanical construction inside the Temple of Rava, it gives out these sort of pronouncements or edicts. It is said that Rava, the gear goddess herself, inhabits this oracle, this mechanical oracle, and then gives out orders and information from it. Once you guys were there and you spoke with the priestess, she asked you to come back to the oracle itself, and she mentioned that the previous night the oracle had printed out this piece of paper with all of your names on it. Once you approached the oracle, you were essentially given a message from the oracle itself, letting you know of this task it wanted to send you on. It was going to be an arduous journey of approximately 18 days, going up to the Black Canton of Gristle. You guys asked several questions and were given some additional information by the oracle, and the priestess also filled you guys in after the fact, after the oracle kind of went inert. You guys then kind of combined the information that you had. The priestess gave you more information that she could give you, and eventually you guys did agree to go on this mission, knowing that when the oracle gives this pronouncement, if you should refuse, that banishment from Zobek is very likely to occur, as this is considered to be a very divinely inspired or requested mission from Rava herself. And then for those of you that were more looking towards the benefits for your team, the priestess did make sure to throw in there that she would award the group 2,000 gold pieces upon successfully completing this mission. So anybody that was kind of hanging on the maybe not, that seemed to seal the deal. So team, then you guys decided to do some odds and ends in Zobek, get yourself geared up, buy some odds and ends for travel supplies, all of that, and then made your way along this travel. As I mentioned, this was an 18-day travel, so you guys had traveled for a few days, approximately like 4 days, as you're making your way up the road and eventually past this old abandoned mine. Once you did so, you saw, or at least some of you saw, shapes overhead, seemingly flying shapes, these shadows overhead, and pretty quickly they descended upon you, and you found yourself encountered with 2 Griffin Knights. Those of you that are from Zobek may have heard of Griffin Knights before. They are essentially associated with Zobek. They're in the employ or in league with Zobek, and these 2 Griffin Knights seem to be a married pair that were tasked with protecting this road and, you know, keeping their eyes out for danger. They seem to be a little bit smug, you might say, and after they landed, mentioned about this tax that they would have to collect. The gentleman was speaking, the woman behind was kind of being quiet. He mentioned this tax that needed to be collected. You guys managed to persuade him otherwise because of the nature of your mission. You wouldn't, you know, being in league with Zobek, they certainly wouldn't want to delay you on this mission from Rava. They seemed very disappointed that they would have to let you go, and eventually the gentleman even admitted that he and his wife here were quite bored and were looking for a little sparring and thought your group would be appropriate. Get into a little battle and then see how tough you guys were. But you got the pretty strong impression this was clearly not like a battle to the death or anything. They were, even if they seemingly would have won or beat you guys badly, they probably would have just made some kind of show of it and then let you go your way. But with this persuasion that you guys successfully completed, they let you go without any other issues. And then both the gentleman and his wife leapt up on their griffins back into the air to leave you alone. You guys continued then traveling after having a brief discussion about how nice it would be to have 7 griffins of your own to get to where you're going a little faster. Unfortunately, that wasn't in the cards. So you guys continued traveling for not much farther, a little, you know, like another day of travel perhaps, before you found this minor split in the path and you were sort of consulting your map, trying to figure out which way to go. When this rock tumbled down from a cliffside nearby you, this sort of rock slide, I guess you could say, or mountainside. And pretty soon you guys found yourself engaged by ogres. As the ogres started making their way down the hillside here, getting closer to you, we've had some magic used to fend them off. One was a suggestion spell by Zach, and that ogre seemingly was very much impacted and turned tail and decided to leave thanks to that suggestion. And then shortly thereafter, we had the command spell by Archgale, similarly asking one of the ogres to flee. It turned around, moving back up the hillside. A voice then in Giant seemed to shout up from above, as the group knows there's at least one other ogre up there, and it was questioning whether the enemy was too strong in typical ogre fashion because it saw 2 of its allies seemingly walking away from the fight without any explanation. So team, that's my quick recap of what occurred last week. Anything I missed that anybody would like to add?
Yeah, when we were in the temple, after fighting the rug, we got there's a side room, like a little library, and we found 2 letters in there, and I'll just talk about one of them. One of them was to Bel Sheth, which seems to be the head priestess in that temple, and it was from Shroudron, and he seemed to be in
Shroudson.
maybe in Trodson. Yeah, he seemed to be in charge of maybe the region or something like that. He mentioned that he sent his agent, the agent's name is Boris Creel. So it kind of solidified our suspicions that she was in charge of that temple, and she was recently appointed.
Yes, indeed. Great addition. Go ahead and take inspiration there, Grim.
I'll add a few details about the mission, which is you're supposed to get the holy robes of Sister Adelaide in order to stop the Dark Wedding, whatever that was. When we asked where the holy robes were, we were told they were in the fallen kingdom of Mermaid, which is, we figured out afterwards, was Kurova, which is the blood kingdom of the vampires.
Yes, indeed. Great addition as well. Go ahead and take inspiration, Braddock.
I have it. Does anybody need it? I think we're all probably loaded up.
I think I need it, actually. Vigo.
All yours, my friend.
And I've
Sweet.
got one detail to add to that as well. And it just goes into detail about who Sister Adeline was. She was a shield maiden of Sif, fought against undead in Krakova, and she slayed the vampire lord Otmor the Salo, I want to say. And then she died 10 years ago. And we're looking for her robes.
Yes, indeed. That is also a great addition. Take inspiration as well, Archgale.
I mean, you're human. You don't need it.
I took it already because I spent it last time.
Oh,
Yep. So if you used it last time, you wouldn't get it until your next long rest. So yeah, that makes sense. Any other additions before we get started, folks? All right.
one thing that was cool.
Yeah, go ahead,
One
Brian.
thing that was cool. We found the the safe words for a better explanation, a bit on the nose, of the glass statues or golems. And I know we kind of put it in our side pocket, but we might run into some of those. And you did say that if it comes to in the future, we'll just assume we have whatever they are memorized.
Yes, indeed. In fact, those were found in a book that Zach was reading through, and I believe, Zach, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think you ever sold that book, so that's still on your person, right?
Yeah, that's correct. And I've been reading it as we're traveling to just try to learn as much as I can about this cult.
Yep. So I would say you can easily reference that, and yeah, I'm sure Zach has seen those before. Not an issue. As far as memorizing those things, as long as you have the book on you, no worries. And even if you decide to sell the book, if you jot those down, I'm fine with you just saying jot down secret code phrases or whatnot.
Wasn't that book a weird mix too of eroticism and dark happenings?
It was indeed. Yeah, it's a whole lot of weird stuff in that book for sure.
No pictures.
All right, guys. Well, great additions to the recap. A lot occurred last week. Let's go ahead and get us back to where we left off. All right, so we are currently in the middle of a battle. As mentioned, I'll just do a quick FYI because of the different events that occurred last time. So these creatures came down from this over this rocky incline. So this is going kind of straight up. To get to the top of this, it looks to be about 30 feet. These are two passes that are both at ground level. Both of them ascend higher, but not dramatically, so it's not difficult terrain or anything like that. But they both seem to go moving up in elevation as you look in that direction. One of the creatures the suggestion was used upon. It was closer in this area, and it had made its way back up to a spot that you can no longer see. The other one came down this way, and then the command spell was used on it, and it went up back this way. This one so far hasn't been damaged, as you can see by its health bar, and it is actively engaging you guys in combat. So yeah, we will pick up at the top of the round here with Barnaby. I'll go ahead and swap out for some better music.
I just hope that I can roll as good as Brian did last week. Let's see,
Let's go.
Woohoo! Hey, so this guy here, I when I watched the video, there was some elevation stuff. So this guy here is not necessarily on the ground. He's somewhere on top of them. I think it was 20 or 25 feet up or something. Can you clarify that for me, Adam?
Sure. So the top of this is 30 to 35 up, and as you come down, it goes down. So he's probably elevation-wise standing about 5 feet higher than Glory right now, but Glory can certainly reach him in melee from where he's at.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is, let's just get the party started. I'm just going to go ahead and try to hit this guy with an Eldritch Blast. And I'd love to do a crit on my very first try, if that's okay.
Yeah, that works for me. Let's see if you can pull that up. Not so much, but that will hit. Yeah, go ahead and roll damage as the Eldritch Blast smashes into the ogre.
Score! I won. Yes.
Hitting it solidly and making it stumble slightly as it grunts.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and assume this here. I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit of an advantage of some cover there, and then I'll end my turn there.
Okay, Grim.
All right, I'm gonna move over here, next to Glory, and I'm gonna make a flail attack on this guy.
Yeah, his exposed belly is very easy to hit. You smash into it with the flail for 6 points of damage.
And then he'll be sapped. So
All right,
There you go.
sapped. Okay, Braddock.
Maybe a bit of an odd question. Is going prone considered?
oh,
movement?
let me. I didn't do savage attacker. Dang it! I'm sorry. Let me roll D8, Adam.
I think I built that macro for you guys, right? So as long as you're
I
using that.
didn't.
Yeah, but feel
didn't
free to
use
just
it.
throw another one. Braddock, you asked about going prone. You can drop that same damage, no worries. You can drop prone. I'll double check ruling, but I don't think it costs you any movement to drop prone. Only standing up costs you movement.
Because I would like to use steady aim, and so I don't want to have movement, but I wouldn't mind. I kind of imagine Braddock, lying down into sort of a sniper position.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
And he's got his light crossbow out, and takes us.
Well, I was going to say I'm definitely going to give him cover, but I don't think you care about that cover with that critical hit. Go ahead and... do you get 2 attacks, or was that just an accidental click?
That was an accident. The first was a delay there, and it was like, oh, it wasn't coming. And of course, as soon as I click it a second time.
Yeah, that's how it goes. All right, that is certainly a critical. So this thinks is your first time critting. So reminder, you should have a button on the bottom that says crit. You're going to click that, and this is piercing, of course, being a crossbow bolt. So you're going to click piercing. We'll see what it says. Or actually, let me amend that slightly. They are at the top left. When you have your token selected, you'll see the critical hit button in the top left.
Got it. Critical hit.
All right, so maximum amount of damage from your normal damage, and then roll your damage dice and add that result. All right, so you've posted the damage there, so we're going to take the first roll. Let's see. For maximum would be 8 plus 6 is 14, plus your modifier of 3 is 17. Then what you rolled, so on for the D8, you got a 3, that'd be 20. And then on the sneak attack, it looks like you rolled a 2 and a 1, so that's 23 total points of damage.
Ooh.
All right, so that bolt catches the ogre in the shoulder, damaging it badly. You notice a trickle of blood as its arm seems a little bit weaker. Its next attack might be at disadvantage because of that.
Excellent. He will start with a bit of a smirk to himself, pleased with that shot, starts to reload the crossbow.
The creature should have disadvantage with sap anyways.
I know, that was my funny way of saying, because
Yeah.
we don't do injury, so... But,
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
gotcha.
All right, I will move over to try to get a clearer line of sight here from here. And then I will pull out the diamond that I have, and I will launch a chromatic orb at him.
Okay, chromatic orb. 11,
This
believe it
should
or
be-
not, is going to hit. Oh, was you going to say something?
It would be at advantage, so it'd be a 15 because of innate sorcery, which is still running. So,
Okay,
but
sure.
different weapon hits anyway. And this will be thunder damage. 7.
All right, the chromatic orb strikes out into the ogre, reverberating it as it is damaged.
And that will be my turn.
All right, the ogre's turn. It is fumbling around here for what to do, and it is going to swing out with that great club at Grim at disadvantage. 17 against Grim's AC of 19, so it smashes down close by but does not connect. All right, move to Archgale.
Okay. I'm just gonna throw a firebolt at it.
For 14, yep, will hit. And yeah, scorches its face.
All right. I don't feel compelled to do anything on my bonus action, so my turn.
All right. I move over here and I say, this seems like a good place, guys. I'm going to be here with the rest of you. It's Starry Wisp on the big guy.
It is a nice spot.
Yeah, that'll certainly hit. The starry wisp smashes into the ogre.
And that's the end of my turn. No one's hurt, right?
Nope.
All right, from up top, you hear tumbling as this creature makes its way up to the top. It is now elevated up high. I'm going to move it to here just so you guys can see part of it. But to clarify, this creature is actually at the top of the top of this hill. So think of him being about 30 feet above you at the moment. And he is going to fling a javelin down towards Grim, which is going to miss. All right, Glory.
Gamma Rage. And then I'm going to strike out at this one with the halberd.
Yeah, 23 certainly will hit. All right, the halberd slashes across the ogre's chest, drawing a long line of blood as it's wounded again.
Ends my turn.
Okay, top of the next round, Barnaby.
All right. So feeling that that hill giant will probably be taken care of by people who can't get as high, Barnaby is going to go ahead and shoot above at the guy that's peeking over.
Sure, yep, he's standing up tall, so no cover or anything. Feel free to fire.
Wave, wave! Let me know you want to get hit. Yes.
That does indeed strike right into him. All right, blasting him and wounding him.
And I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit more cover by that there.
All right, Grim.
Okay, in melee here, I'm gonna swing my flail around and swing again.
11 hits.
I know, okay, here we go. I'm using your macro.
All right, as the ogre leans down, trying to evade the strike, it smashes into his face, and he is slain.
All right, I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20. Am I gaining elevation here?
Slightly, yes.
20, I'll go 30. Do I get a sense that it's the way to the top?
I guess I would say from there you can't really tell. You are probably 5 feet overall less further from the top here than you were in the front, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah, I'm just looking ahead at the trail as it curves around to the right, Okay, and then I will move. I'll end my turn there.
All right, Braddock.
Braddock sees the first ogre fall. He sort of changes his position slightly in the grass, and I will use steady aim again and fire the crossbow towards the one on the top of the hill.
Yeah, that is certainly going to connect.
do not have sneak attack on this one, so it's an 11 to hit there.
11 points of damage. Yes, wounds the creature.
And that's my turn.
Hey, Zach.
I will keep that diamond out and fire another chromatic orb at the one that we can see.
Yeah, 19 will certainly hit.
Thunder damage.
Okay, once again, as the shaking occurs from the thunder damage, damaging the ogre badly, it is barely on its feet.
Finish him off, and then I'll end my turn.
Okay, moving to Archgale.
So I just want to clarify. I want to clarify, if I cast command and I tell it to approach, it says it has to take the shortest and most direct route. So if that would pass, it would mean it needs to walk right off the cliff, right?
Generally speaking, no. Using those spells, unless it specifically says so, usually they will take the safest way because it doesn't make them suicidal.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna hurl another firebolt at it.
Ooh, that will be a fumble. Go ahead and roll your fumble with the button in the top left, and let's see what it is.
I assume this is an attack type spell.
Yes, yep. So when you click fumble, it should then say spell. All right, so are you using a component pouch or are you using a arcane focus or divine focus?
Divine, like a necklace.
All right, so maybe as you're grabbing for your necklace, your hand gets all kind of twirled around and it gets flipped over to the back side of your neck. It's all out of sorts. You can't even reach it.
All right, most excellent. I'm just gonna move 30 feet then. And I'll end my turn there.
Okay, Vigo.
All right, so Vigo just moves over here. And he says, "I'll show Rava how it's done. Starry Wisp."
22 certainly will hit. Yes, that smashes into the ogre, who tumbles over the side, rolling down as a meat missile flies your way. You guys dodge out of the way, and both ogres are slain. The other ogre is currently in the effects of a suggestion spell, which you guys have already been told by Zach. So I'm going to assume you're not going to attack him, meaning I'm going to get us out of combat, folks. Feel free to move.
Nicely done, guys.
I bet you they have well, let's look at the map here first. Well, you guys can loot, but I'm gonna try and figure out which way we need to go here, left or right.
Bragg stands up and sort of dusts the grass off of himself and holsters the crossbow. That was interesting. We gotta keep a better idea for more traps like that or more ambushes like that.
I'm going to start climbing, Adam.
Sure. Throw me an athletics check as you try to climb up the side of this, putting your feet carefully where they are, trying to lift yourself up. Yeah, it's not too difficult. You start making your way up slowly, and you get to there.
All right. And that's with advantage, I think, so.
Even easier then.
So there's no camp. What am I seeing up here? They hanging out, making jam out of hobbits? What are they doing?
You don't see anything like it would imply that this is a long-term encampment. You do see that there is some like boulders, pretty decent size and a circular pattern. Gives the impression that this is probably where they were sitting. Off in the distance, I would say, you probably see that other ogre that's under the effects of the suggestion, probably up in this direction, continuing to move that way. But yeah, other than that, not much here. It looks like they've probably only been here for a short while.
There's nothing else up here. We should be good. Your friend's walking away still.
Yeah.
Do they have rations? I did not bring enough.
I don't know. Maybe Derek should
You
look.
bring enough. How many do you have?
There's 2 big rations on the ground. Help yourself.
I am out. I thought we were going to hit a town before long, but no. So if I'll take whatever they have.
Rookie mistake.
I can
Right, I'm gonna
forage
make
if
my way
need be.
down now, Adam. Do I need
All
to
right.
roll for the way down?
Nope, no, it's not too dangerous.
Okay.
You make your way down.
Ego, you can change your form. Couldn't you change yourself into, say, something that eats grass? Morph into a cow or an antelope or something like that?
Yes, but we are trying to move quickly, so it's fine. I will think about good berries in the morning.
So as it was mentioned that Archgale is going to refer to the map, I'm going to go ahead and move us over to a map here in Roll20. So this is the same map that we have and a link, but I wanted to put this together just so we can see the progress that you guys have made on this journey so far. You can kind of see where you started and then put the little encounters that you've had so far. So hopefully you guys are able to see those on the map. If you put your cursor on one of the X's that represents one of the encounters, you should get a little pop-up that tells you what that one was.
Nice, Adam. Professional.
Yeah, I'm telling you, we're getting there. Let me see, I think. Yeah, there we go. All right, so yeah, those should both work now. And as mentioned previously by the Oracle and by Lena, the priestess of the Oracle, you're ultimately trying to get yourself all the way to Grisal. So the road you're going to continue following is this one here, and go through this pass, and then find yourself in Grisal. I think there was a question last time about what does this pink line mean? And I know we were like, well, we don't know what that is. And I think if it's not labeled, maybe it's some kind of road. Well, that's true. It is a road, but I did some additional reading on this. This is what's known as a shadow road or a fey road. So it's not a real physical road. It's a magical road that only people that know how to get to it can get to it and then travel on it very quickly. So don't think of that as an actual road on the map. It's probably documented as a shadow road or a fey road.
Good to know.
Nice.
If nobody has looted them yet, and if Braddock's not going to do it, I will take a look over the bodies and see if there's anything useful.
Sure, go ahead and throw me an investigation check. Yeah, so they do have these big pockets on each of them. It seems to be like a collection of strange odds and ends here. Go ahead and roll me a D100. Yeah, as you're pulling through this bag, it's kind of like messy. There's a off odor to it. You're not really sure what this is. It kind of smells like animal hair. And then as you pull it out, you realize it's a very big goat leg that's just savagely bitten off at one side.
Vigo, I found your food.
Hey, easy peasy. We'll take it.
All right, you got
He
a
goes
half a
eating
goat
by
leg.
himself.
Not sure if it's the ogre or that goat leg is off, but something stinks.
Might be you. We've been around for a while.
You rub it in some grass and some dirt. It's good.
Seasoning.
Well, looking at the map here, it looks like we gotta go right, I'd say.
Well, according to the map that you guys have from Lena, you guys are approximately here right now, and you're traveling along this black road. That's going to be your best path to get all the way up to Grisal, all the way up there. So you're noticing that on your map, you're very close to Obertal.
He's talking about the fork in the road, I believe, right?
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me go ahead and pull us back to that area. So if you travel this direction and you decide to go right, and we can just kind of hand wave this for a bit, but if you travel this direction, after about another 100, 150 feet out off the north side of the map, these two paths actually meet up once again. So it seems as though this is a simple like rock incline that is like in the middle of both the paths. And you wonder, that's probably why this is not in any way documented on the map, because either way leads to the same location. All right, with that out of the way, I assume you guys are following either path to get there. Is there anything else you're doing before continuing traveling overland? All right.
Good.
Hearing nothing, let's go ahead and get you guys back to that map. All right, so you guys continue traveling for another about 2 hours, getting yourself closer to what on your map shows as Obertal. Obertal, go ahead, and anybody that has history proficiency can go ahead and make a check here.
Nobody took history.
Nope, I did.
Really?
There you go.
Who wants to
So,
read books?
so Archgale, you would know that this is known as the Freehold of Obertal. It is in league with Zobak. So think of this almost as like a fort that is on the outskirts of Zobak. It was more recently formed, probably within the last 10 years or so. And the idea is that it's designed to serve as sort of like a protective mini fortress in this area to essentially protect the roads from the Iron Crags heading down towards Zobak. The two Griffin Knights that you previously ran into, putting 2 and 2 together, you seem to recall now as you think about Obertal that it is actually ruled and ran by a wedded pair of Griffin Knights, Sir Gizmondo and Lady Eldatrod, and you are quite confident those are the two folks you met on the road.
I'll share that information with everyone. Obertal's this place, and these people live there.
Well, you think if they're looking for a scrap, they could have gone after those ogres harassing us on the road.
I'm sure we'll get the chance to ask them about that.
Rich
Yeah,
upper
dude.
class. Nothing better to do than to try to pick fights along the road.
Yeah, they should clear the road then. They should do their job rather than harass good people. Anyway, no,
And
never mind.
us.
I'm just bitching a little bit, okay?
We should let them know about the ogre. Still there.
Might provide them with the support they were looking for.
All right, so I'm going to assume you guys continue on your way and get close to Obertal after that couple hours of travel. Essentially, what you're noticing here is a very minor amount of civilization just off the road. So what I mean by that is, think of you can see the road is a little bit more settled here. It's a little bit more tamped down, leading off to the northeast towards where the actual freehold is. You can see that there is a small building and perhaps a couple of outbuildings close by it, but this is a very small location. So think of this as it is certainly not the size of a city, not even a village, but maybe like half of a village.
Barely a wide spot in the road, and they have griffins. Back.
It might be a good place to rest for the day, get some food, see if they have some rations or something.
I got
Oh.
extra.
At least say hi.
Yeah, at least say hi.
Surely there's ale somewhere.
All right, with those thoughts in mind, you guys pull off the beaten trail and make your way to the freehold of Obertal. Quick summary of kind of what you're seeing here. So it's a small hill fort, and around you, as you're noticing folks kind of watching you approach, there are definitely some guards. It's not heavily militarized, but enough that it stands out to you. Overall, as you're kind of entering, just kind of looking around, seeing what you see like 6 different what look to be dwarven soldiers. They all look as though they have crossbows ready, and they are certainly armed and ready for like a ranged type of combat situation. You can see that there is a small stables that houses about 6 steeds at the moment. And there is the presence of kobolds here, of course, associated with Zobak. That is pretty common. And they look to be serving the more kind of servant role. So you notice that there are kobold servants themselves tending to various folks, tending to the animals, the horses. There's also like a couple of goats, some chickens kind of nearby. The kobolds seem to be handling that as well. There is what looks to be a very small, basically a bar, not even necessarily an inn, but a bar right next to the stables.
Like the odds of getting ale in there. Those dwarves might be coming from where we're going. maybe they're going back as well. Might be able to travel together.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Yeah. All right. Just be careful. Soldiers are serving someone else.
Yeah. Maybe Vigo, you and Barnaby, maybe go talk with them. The rest of us look a little more unsavory, and it's been a few days in the woods. We're probably a little more rough around the edges than usual.
Well, I know I smell pretty bad to most people. Just keep that in mind.
Just before you go talk to him, I'll hold on to your goat leg so you don't look silly.
Yeah, anyway, you could probably just get rid of that, Vigo. I mean, they have
Why?
goats in the city in the village here, and they may think you stole it or something. I don't know.
What?
No.
The goats are all alive right now.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'll hold on to it. I promise I won't eat your goat leg.
Split it with me at least. All right, here.
All right, I'll reach down, kind of like get real low because you're a little guy, right? So, and I'll grab the goat leg and like, good luck, little man.
All right. Is anyone good at talking to people that are soldiers?
Sometimes. I can try.
Yeah, I could talk to them and everything. Sometimes they talk back too.
Barnaby seems to be a little friendlier. Maybe he should do it.
Okay, and I'll just back you up and I'll give you the dwarven stamp of approval.
Yeah, and I'll look
Oh
scary.
boy, my life is so fulfilled now. Thank you.
The token dwarf for the conversation.
I'll
Maybe-
pat Barnaby on the back and cast I want to say guidance and for persuasion.
Okay.
Our charisma character is not big scary cloud monster, isn't it? That seems like we maybe didn't think that through.
He's just intimidating.
Well, I do have a pretty high charisma. I mean, for this level, my charisma, and I do have persuasion. It's just Barnaby is not the kind of guy that wants to go out there and negotiate, deals and things like that. He's not looking for a used car or anything.
Yeah, Zach's the same way.
You have 30 seconds before your guidance runs off, so go, 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 go.
All right. Let's find out what their deal is.
All right, so it sounds like you want to go up and kind of mingle with the different folks, kind of chat them through and see what you can learn, or is there particular information you're trying to get here?
First, I'd like to kind of just find out how's the roads from here to Grisall, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, and we're looking forward to going there, and very interested in finding out what they can tell us about the place.
Sure. Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check there, Barnaby.
Okay, I didn't add the 1D. I didn't add the guidance in there, but
Yeah, that's good enough. So yeah, as you're kind of chatting around with different folks, one of the kobolds who is kind of in service here, looking around, hears you kind of asking questions. The dwarves, crossbowmen, don't seem to be very chatty. They're kind of talking very briefly, and then like, oh, I got to get back to where I'm going, and then they just kind of leave you there. But one of the kobolds sees you and like looking from the side of the building, he looks up and he goes, here.
Well, hello, my friend. How are you today?
Yeah, you're good. Welcome. Yeah, I heard you asking a lot of questions. I hear all kinds of things. Always willing to share information. Friends do friendly things for each other, right, friend?
Oh, yeah, I should have come here first. I mean, after all, the Kobold King was so kind enough at the, over there in Zobek that I should have come and knew to come and speak to the kobolds first. You do look like a smart fellow.
He gives you a toothy smile. Oh, which Kobold King do you know?
I don't remember his name. That's several sessions ago. Adam did. Do I recall the name?
I have it written down.
Throw me an intelligence check. Let's see how good your memory is there, Barnaby.
I was rolling good today. Let's see. Whoa!
Look at that, nat 20. Yes, you recall his name is Koto Cragclaw.
Oh, well, King Koto Cragclaw himself, was kind enough to let us visit him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know him. Lesser King. Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah. Like I said, you seem like you're really well to do. I mean, look at you. Look at you're all dressed nice, and it's going really good for you, right? Like everything's turning your way. So, maybe you slip a couple coins my way. I tell you anything you want to know. I got all the details.
Boy, I tell you, I mean, this jacket was made by my sister, but you really like it?
Oh, yeah, that flower in your hat. I mean, look at that thing. It's just, how does that stay fresh?
Well, it's actually a beret that she gave me before she went into the druid trees. But you like the flower too? You can't have that. Sorry, that's from my sister.
No, of course not. Priceless heirlooms from family. Of course. But I just mean, like, look, you're really well set up. I'm sure you can spare a couple coins.
Well, what is the cost of information? I'm not really from, I don't really go to the cities that often. So what's the normal cost? I don't want to, I don't want to do anything that's inappropriate.
Oh, no. That's fair. That's fair. No, everywhere else, information very expensive, especially if you go to Zobek. Oh, you might be paying hundreds of gold, thousands of gold even. But for me, just say 2 gold pieces. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Well, last time I paid for information in Zobek, though, it was only about 2 silver pieces. But I tell you what I'll do, my friend, because you do look like a smart one, and I want some smart information. I could probably give you 9 silver pieces, because I'm not sure if I even have a full gold.
You see, he takes a clawed hand and kind of rubs his head.
9 silver. Okay, what can I tell you worth 9 silver? Sure. You said, how are the roads between here and Gristle? I gotta tell you, I've been hearing some bad things, some really bad things. And then he stretches his hand out, like anticipating coins.
Bill, I know how much gold you have on your character sheet. This is funny.
Yeah. I haven't had to buy healing potions or anything because I do that. So, but he's doing his thing,
Yeah, this is fun.
Okay, I tell you what. So I'm pulling it out at him like I'm counting. No, that's a copper, even if I see a silver in there or whatever, right?
So I imagine you're pulling out this big gold coin purse, and you're opening the pouches, and he's hearing all these coins clink inside, and you're picking and choosing between the coins inside?
No, I'd be very stealthy on that, Adam. But I'm like, okay, here's a silver, and I'm pulling that one out, right? Like oh, that's a copper. No, that's a copper, right? So I get, I do have 9 silvers. Oh my gosh, that's great. Here you go.
He's looking at your coin purse very hungrily, and you see him like lick his lips a bit, and then you put the 9 silver in his hands, and you see he looks at it with a big smile on his face, and he closes this talon clawed hand and just puts him in his side pocket. Yeah. So you keep going up the road. Eventually you're going to get to the ruins, or you're going to pass by the ruins of Silbatal. It's dangerous. Don't go in the ruins. It's bad up there. It's bad. But what I was going to say is the people that are coming by here have been hearing some strange things up the road. Obviously, you probably know if you have a map, but the road passes somewhat kind of close to Doresh. Once you get up in that area, sometimes those undead critters and meanies, they just come over the mountains, and you gotta be careful.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, I'm sure they don't come down here because they're probably afraid of you and your friends. Is that right?
No. If I see undead, I'm running so fast you won't even see a shadow of me, my friend. I'll be gone. I'm not a fighter.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering if you may want to join our party and everything as we go up there, because we probably could use your bravery. But I understand. You got better things to do with your time.
Yeah, like take care of the horses and prepare the meals. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, make goats and goat legs and yeah. Anyway, um, perfect. So what else can you tell me? I mean, that did sound like a couple silvers worth.
I can't, see the future or anything, but I've heard news. Like I said, there's undead coming over the mountains. That's dangerous. Like, but you're here now, and maybe there's people around that are good at fighting undead. You can ask them, but that's a tip, right? A good tip. So now you know, and the undead do that evil stuff where they they claw you, and that kind of stuff happens, or they bite you with their teeth. So just be prepared for that. That's good money worth right there. Because now you know what to expect, right? That's big.
I'm gonna say with the I'm gonna put a little frown on my face, like, oh, I pretty much already knew that, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll put on my cheery face. And what's your name again, please? That way, there, if we come back again and everything, I want to be able to pass some news on to you, so you can maybe share that with other people.
Oh, Feedy. They call me Feedy around here. It's just always like, oh, where's Feedy? There's Feedy. Yeah, it's Feedy.
Very nice to meet you, Feedy. Thank you very much for the critical information that's going to make our lives so much better.
Oh, yeah. You're welcome. And try the dark ale inside. It's good.
Can you tell me any of the major ingredients in there?
Well, I don't make it, but I've got to sip every now and again when someone leaves like a little bit in a bottle, and then they have to go. Like I sneak in and I grab it real quick, and it's good. It's good.
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and if you go in there and you see us, I'll try to see if I can get a couple copper pieces and buy you a ale as well.
Well, yeah, they don't like us to go in and like act as a customer when there's like customers around, but maybe I'll see you from outside.
Thank you, Feedy, my friend. Feedy friend, that's what I'll call you.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yep, you take care of yourself. Be careful.
Same.
And you see he kind of like looks around a little bit nervously and then walks around the other side of the building.
I go back to. Was anyone with me when I was having this conversation? Vigo, I think you were, right?
Sure, yeah.
Well, that was kind of worthless.
Yes. But at least we know there's some bad creatures ahead.
Yeah, well, like you said, though, maybe someone else will know more, and maybe we could ask someone about the undead. Since we've already met a few, maybe we could find some folks who maybe know some more.
Let's just not get roped into some kind of side quest.
Yeah, he did say where was it? He said not to go to
the ruins of Silbertal.
Okay, I thought he said silver something. I didn't see it. So okay, Silbertal. Okay, cool. Thanks.
So what's the story with the dwarves?
Yeah, were the dwarven soldiers like working, acting as guards?
That certainly seems to be the case. Yeah, they're kind of like, I wouldn't say formal patrol, but it's sort of like a loose patrol. Like you'll see them kind of walking around. They're keeping their eyes on the the perimeter of the freehold here. So it's really only maybe like 300 feet across. So they're kind of making a big circle as they move around on the outsides.
They're not doesn't look like travelers going through. They're more of like working the town.
You would think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're like moving about in a hurried. They look more like they're probably stationed here.
Got it.
Well, how about some dark ale, boys?
Let's cook that leg too.
Oh yeah, here you go. I didn't touch it. I mean, I didn't eat it. I mean, whatever. And I'll give you your leg back, and I'm going to start walking to get me a dark ale.
Me too.
Is there anyone like off shift in the bar?
Throw me I'm going to call this just charisma check. So you kind of walk in, you're like looking around, seeing if anybody looks like they work here, but they're not necessarily working right now. That's what you're going for?
Yes.
Yeah, so because this isn't like you're not persuading anybody, just a charisma check itself, so no skill, just throw charisma. So kind of looking around here, you know, listen to people as they're talking. You're trying to do a little bit of insight into this, and then a little bit of just kind of putting your best foot forward, that kind of deal. Eventually, you do notice that there is a lady that is sort of sitting at one end of the bar. You notice that from her hands, they look kind of red. It certainly gives you the impression of someone who's used to doing a lot of work with their hands, probably scrubbing, that kind of thing. But she looks like she's kind of just sitting here, small cup of tea in front of her at the moment.
Is the place crowded, Adam? How many people there?
Not at all. No, this is a very small place. So when you guys walk in, think of it as you're crowding it because there are 7 of you. Probably this would only fit like a total of 20 people. So you guys are almost half of the, you know, the capacity.
Well, are there people in there, I guess?
Yep, yeah, there's a couple of people. There's like a worker. You see a couple of kobolds that look like they're cleaning up, that sort of thing. A couple of people that look actually like patrons, so sitting at, you know, bar stool kind of thing. And then this woman. And then you will also notice that there is another lady who looks to be older, and she seems like she's kind of doing most of the actual serving of drinks.
All right, when I walk in, I'll say, hey, everybody, if you're heading over to Zobak, heads up. There's some ogres on the loose. We took care of 2 of them, but there should be 2 more walking around. So just a heads up.
You notice one of the guys that was sitting there looks to be like a customer. He kind of looks up and sees you, and you see he's wearing this like wide-brimmed hat. He just nods towards you as he flicks it.
All right, and I'll walk up quietly to the bar and order 7 ales.
All right. Yep. And this older woman, as you do so, she says, 7. Oh, just give me a moment. This might just be a minute. I'll be right back.
I'll tap my finger and look around as I wait.
She's probably cleaning the cups.
Do they have a hot fire?
You don't see a fire out in like the common area here, but there might be one that is sort of in the behind that actually has cooking spots.
You know, when we're on the
she
road.
comes back.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vigo. Go ahead.
I was gonna say when she comes back, Vigo tries to give her the goat like to cook.
Yeah, and I was going to say that we should, when we walk ahead and everything on the trails, we should clean out any roadkill like raccoons and possums so Vigo doesn't stop and grab us dinner.
Vigo, you have 0 rations, yes?
We have been traveling 5 days.
I have 6 from the recording. He said 6. So there should be 4.
And I borrowed 1. Yes, but yes, I would be out at that point.
Okay. I brought extra, so I have 44.
Holy moly!
I literally thought of this ahead. I can give you half. Would that last both of us till we get there?
Absolutely.
Okay, then I will give you 22 rations.
Vico's concerned of being starving to death. Meanwhile, there's a giant backpack full of rations.
Well, I get hungry.
Next, Vigo's going to say, "Oh yeah, I forgot I can cast Goodberry."
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I could theoretically just cast Goodberry.
Just in case, though.
Okay. So how many do I get?
22.
Okay, and we split the goat.
You can keep the goat. I don't want a half-eaten goat.
Actually, it would be 3 ways because I already offered to split it with Grim.
I'm not turning down goat.
I'm gonna take out my 3 dragon anti-set and see if anyone wants to play.
Is this among your companions, or you're looking for folks who are at the location here already looking to play?
I'm gonna actually look for somebody who isn't one of my companions.
All right. And are you looking to play for money, or are you kind of like saying, "Hey, does anybody want to?" Like, how are you addressing this?
So I'm just gonna kind of go around and more for fun than like anything. Like I'm not gonna do high stakes gambling, but more I'm looking for information.
Fair enough. Okay, so I don't want to interrupt what was happening before, but Braddock, you noticed, I think it was you that asked about this woman who was drinking a cup of tea sitting at the counter. As Archgale starts mentioning this about the 3 dragon anti-set, she kind of raises her head, looks like she'd be interested, but was there anything you wanted to talk with her or sort of interact with her before?
Wasn't that me?
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Oh, that was you. Okay, I'm sorry. I was trying to make sure to keep everybody straight, but I missed one. So Archgale, that same woman that you mentioned then, she does seem to be interested in Three Dragon Ant.
Okay, I'll sit with her and play a couple friendly hands.
All right. So as she sits down, and Three Dragon Auntie is like cards, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, so you'll see she looks pretty interested in your cards, and she gives a soft smile, and she says, "Oh, it's rare to find somebody else that plays with cards."
Is it? Back in Zobek, everyone knows how to play. It's a great way to pass the time.
Well, yeah, not so much here. Nobody really likes to play cards, but I use cards for another purpose, but I'm a fan of all cards. These are very well drawn.
That's interesting. What do you use cards for then?
You see, she looks to one side and then looks to the other, and then she leans in. I can see the future in the cards.
Oh, well, what do my cards say?
Well, I have to use my cards. I don't know your cards, but would you like a reading?
Sure.
Oh, excellent, excellent. You see she like shuffles through this little small side pouch on her side here, pulls out this very old set of cards. You can see they look like they're barely kind of holding together here at the moment. And then you see she kind of moves them around, shuffles them a little bit, and then she sets the cards down like 3 and 3. So think of this as total of 5 cards. There's 3 on one side and then 3 the other way, but the middle card is shared between the two directions. And she says, pick one of these cards.
I'll pick the one in the middle.
And you see she smiles and nods, says, yep, I knew you were going to pick that one. All the brave men always pick the middle one right off the bat. You see she slips that off to the side, and then she says, and only one other card then of the remaining 4.
Take the one on the far left.
Okay, so she takes the far left card, puts that off to the side. The other 3, you see she just pulls them together and sets them off to the side. She takes your 2 cards then. You see she's like mixing them up, and then she flips the one up to herself, and then she looks at you and she says, yes, okay, yep, I see. And then you see she picks the other card up. Oh, yes, that is it. Then you see she folds both of them down. On one of the cards, you notice it looks like an upside down sun. So it's actually dark, and there's a sun on the ground on the card. And then you see on the other one, it looks like 2 angry faces facing one another. And she nods as she looks towards you and she says, yes, here it is. When the day comes that the dead rise, 2 enemies shall mark the end of peace and broken friendships. That is your prophecy.
That is eerie. Can you repeat that fortune telling, Brian? Adam. Thank you.
No problem. Right in chat there for you.
We both DM over James, so he's like, I forget who's DMing.
I've done that before too. So. And as you're kind of contemplating what she said, you see she smiles again and she reaches her hand out and she says, oh, and by the way, I am Farina Heston.
You can call me Archgale.
Archgale. Very prominent name. Very interesting.
So, are you from around here?
I'm originally from Zobek, Archgale, but city was a little bit too quick and fast moving for me. I wanted to find a simpler life, so I joined with a merchant caravan coming up this way, but unfortunately they said that they couldn't take me all the way, and I had to find some way of making some money, and so, I've been here in the freehold of Obertal, just doing odd jobs and working at the bar here, trying to put some coin together, and I don't know what the future holds, but it's not too bad of a life. How about yourself?
Oh, that's funny you say that. We're actually traveling through here. Where's your location that you're headed to?
Well, I had hoped to make my way up to the Black Canton of Grisal one day, but I just haven't been able to find anybody that's willing to take me. Where is it that you're traveling?
Oh, funny enough. It's almost like the cards brought us together. We're headed to Grisel.
Wow, that is just remarkable. Can't even believe such a coincidence. I'm sure you know what I'm going to ask, but would it be much of a burden if I was to go with you? Those folks that you came in with, you all look like you're, well, quite prepared for anything that you might run into on the road.
I suppose, do you have your own traveling pack, supplies? We don't have to worry about any of that. Just escort?
Just escort. I have plenty of supplies that I could bring for myself, yes, but I'm just, there are dangers on the road that people talk about, but yes, just an escort would be great.
Is there any way I can insight to see if her motives are true or if she's like a spy of some kind?
Give me an insight check. You're feeling like this coincidence is pretty coincidental, but nothing malevolent. You don't pick anything up malevolent on her part. It just seems like, yeah, this is kind of strange coincidence, and your mind's probably wondering, is this how did this happen like this? But from her, you don't pick up anything that gives you any concerns.
Well, I am just one man, so let us bring forth that suggestion to the whole group and we'll see what they decide.
She reaches forward a hand and touches your hand gently, and she says, "Oh, thank you so much for even considering this. If your companions would be willing to escort me, I would be greatly appreciative. I'm not a woman of means, so I can't really offer you much other than my thanks, and well, I'd be happy to cook you a meal or sing you a song, perhaps, once we got there. But as I said, I'm of simple means. I do have to ask one question, though. I noticed, well, your companions are quite unusual to say the least. That gentleman there in the dark clothing, I can't say I recognize even what species he is, and the masked one. I mean, you're like well, you're good, godly people, right? You're not any kind of criminal gang. You're not. And you see, she looks both sides again. She leans closer. You're not associated with the Cloven Nine, are you?
Cloven. Would I know what that is, being from Zobek? Like, if that's a criminal gang?
Give me a history check. You do have heard of this before. The Cloven Nine. It's a notably powerful criminal gang in Zobek, and it is led by an individual known as Izachar Eyebite. He is a tiefling warlock.
Interesting. Okay. Um, I will just simply reach into my like armor and take out my holy symbol, and I'll show that like I'm a priest of Rava.
You see, she smiles. It seems to reassure her. Oh, that is great, and I'm sure a priest of Rava would not travel with criminals. So, while looks can be deceiving, I assume all of your companions are good individuals as well.
Oh yes, most certainly. What? It's interesting. Why did you bring up the that specific criminal gang? Are they happen to be after you for any reason?
No, not me, of course, but we hear tales of some of the just very strange occurrences in Zobek and what is happening there, and sometimes the criminal activities. And this name, the Cloven Nine, has been mentioned multiple times by travelers over the last month. So I just, well, they say that gang is associated, with magic, conjurations, curses, and well, I mean, if you look at the people you're traveling with, it's the first thing that came to mind.
That's interesting. You say they patrol these roads are kind of dangerous for that?
Not the road so much. That gang is supposed to be primarily in Zobek, but of course, it is said that their reach is beyond the city, and we're not that far from the city here in the Freehold of Obertal. So, well, word does travel.
All right. Well, let me go ask my companions, and we'll see if we can take you along.
She'll give you a smile and an inclination of her head.
Okay, I will return to my companions, and detail pretty much what I experienced. First, the card reading. I'll tell them, yeah, I got a weird card reading. It said, when the days come that dead rise, two enemies shall mark the end of peace and broken friendships. And then that she wants to come with us.
Spits out my beer. A woman? A girl?
Yes.
That girl? She weighs
Yes.
like 80 pounds.
Hold on, Grim. Hold on. How much is she paying?
I didn't ask. Well, you don't do charity work. We're already headed that way.
What is her business up there?
I forgot to ask.
Is she just waiting for somebody to come by and go that way?
Actually, yes. So some other information I got here. She was with a caravan. The caravan stopped here, and so she wanted to keep going. Um, she talked about a gang. I didn't really like that. That was kind of freaky. That was actually weirder than the cards, if you know what I mean. But there's definitely more dangers than just even undead that might cross our paths.
Isn't it a little strange, this little girl on her own on the road? But look, I'm all for whatever you and Rava up to, but I just don't sit right in my stomach.
Plus, the fortune reading, she might as well tell you that the sun shines upon you. That seems like a pretty generic reading. Did she charge you for that card reading?
Well, no, she didn't. And actually, she said the sun. Well, I mean, the sun was upside down, so it was actually dark.
Brad kind of checks him over. How much ale did you have?
I haven't started yet, actually.
Oh yeah, here it is. It's right there on the table. Help yourself.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I'm assuming we got drinks, Adam. I'm sorry, I'm running over the game here.
No, that's fine. Yeah. The older woman certainly would have came back with the drinks. Yeah.
Perhaps we should call her over to explain what her business is there. That might, calm our thoughts here.
And negotiate a fair price.
I'll motion her over.
You notice she seems a little bit surprised, but she gathers her skirts here and grabs her cards and like cleans them up a little bit and tucks them away, and then looks up at you guys, is a little bit kind of nervous, and then slowly makes her way over to your group. I imagine you guys are kind of sitting at a larger table kind of in one corner here that's big enough to fit all of you. So she kind of stands off to the side of the table a little bit, and she gives a little smile to the group. Hello everybody. I don't know if Archgill told you, but my name is Farina Heston. It is nice to make your acquaintance.
When she comes over to talk to us, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts with Subtle Spell Magic.
Okay. Go ahead and post Detect Thoughts for me.
Sorry, that looked like it posted it probe deeper part. Basically, I should get any surface level thoughts that she has. So what I'm really just looking for, I'm not probing deeper, but as she's talking to us, if she's like, clearly hiding something, I would think that would be like at the top of her mind kind of a thing.
Okay, so you sense thoughts. You sense the thoughts within 30 feet of yourself belong to creatures no languages. Okay, so you sense some thoughts from her. Yep. And then you're doing the read thoughts, the first paragraph, I'm assuming?
Correct.
So what is on her mind right now is, I hope these people aren't violent.
Got it.
Well, I gotta say, you're by yourself. You're a little girl. I can't believe how brave you are, even just to hang out in a place like this and approach us. How desperate you seem. You desperate to get the gristle? What's your business there?
She kind of laughs a little bit as she puts her hand to her mouth and she says, "Little girl. I'm actually 24 years old, but that's kind of you, I suppose. Well, why am I trying to get there? Well, I don't know if you know much about Grisel, but it is a place very much dedicated to the divine. Many of the dwarves that reside there, a good portion of them are clerics, paladins, or in other ways associated with the Holy Order. And, well, I must say, for as much as Zobek is kind of a nice city, I'm really looking for a place where people are more godly."
I'm gonna ask one more question, and then I'll let my friends talk. What, or who are you running from?
That's a difficult question to answer. I guess the boring life of servitude.
Well, fair enough.
Oh,
You want a
she's pretty
drink?
smart.
Yeah, you want a drink? I'll get you a drink. How about that? You want a
Oh,
drink? You don't
no,
have to drink, right?
I don't drink. Thank you, though. That's very nice of
All
you.
right.
See, my friends seem to have taken a liking to you.
You see, she smiles at you again closely. She goes, "Oh, I'm sure you gave me a great introduction that set me on a good foot. Isn't that right?" And she'll look at the rest of you.
We certainly have experience of protection. Just recently, we were protecting a very high-ranking individual in Zobek, and we succeeded. He was safe. Unfortunately, this sort of protection, he kind of points around to his individuals, doesn't come cheap. I'm so just curious, what means of payment would you be offering?
Oh, I'm very sorry. As I mentioned to Archgill, I'm not a woman of means, so I don't have much, but I'd be happy to trade services. You're traveling and you probably need people to cook your meals and clean your clothes and, well, just make sure everything's set, build your fires. And I'd be happy to do all of those kind of tasks for you.
Archgale failed to mention your lack of coin.
Yeah, my bad. Well, I didn't think it was important.
Sometimes simple services might bring divine favor. Could be worth it. Just for, the cosmic.
Do you feel
Cosmic.
Yes.
do you feel up for the walk? We move quite quickly.
Well, I walked all the way here from Zobek about 6, 7 months ago with the merchant caravan. I mean, it was quite a bit of uphill and so forth, but I'm not afraid of long distance travel, if that's what you're asking.
What god was it you prayed to?
Well, I prefer to keep that to myself, if you don't mind. But like I said, I am trying to get somewhere that is more holy, more people who are dedicated and godly people, and that's what I'm told waits for me in Grisel.
Let me ask you, Adam, are her surface thoughts shifting for Zach?
Not too much. I would say she's probably settled a little bit at this point. She's not as worried that you're going to be violent. I would say you definitely pick up some. She's not. She finds she's nervous of some of you for sure. I would say for both Grim and Glory, she seems to have a little bit of distaste as her line of sight kind of lingers on the two of you. She has a lot of questions in her mind as she's looking towards Zach, and I would say service thoughts, Zach. There you can probably read like, why is this guy wearing a mask, right? And her eyes certainly seem to linger on you that way. As she looks over towards Braddock, she's very confused, and she's wondering herself what in the world he even is. She starts to think like they're like creatures that are come from demon or demonic areas. Is that something that he might be with those very red eyes? Mostly, she keeps trying to look back over towards Archgale, almost like a safety blanket, as she seems to be most comfortable with him.
When we asked what god she worshipped, did the name of the actual god pop in her mind by chance?
It did not. No, more or less, you got the impression of almost like a rehearsed answer.
Interesting. Can we insight check that too?
Insight what specifically?
If she's really like hiding something, I guess, with the god, because like my inclination here is like she's worshiping the the god of the ghouls kind of a thing.
Throw me an insight check. Let's see how well you do. You're not quite sure, Zach.
Well, if you come with us, Archie's in charge of your well-being. How's that sound, Archie? You seem like
Seems
you're
fair.
wanting to do it. Yeah. You just stick close to us. we just fought 4 ogres, not 2 hours away from here. So just so you know, we're going to be focusing on protection. You're going to have to look after yourself somewhat, right?
Well, thank you for that word of warning. I'm not much of a fighter, I would say. I mean, I have a belt knife, worst case scenario, but I would just try to stay out of the way and go where you tell me of where is safest. So, but you all look very capable, and you've made it all the way here by yourself from Zobek, I assume. And you know, you didn't. It's not like you came with a bunch of guards or anything. So I assume you're able to take care of yourselves.
I'll,
Yep.
I'll
Yeah,
laugh.
I'm
and-
good with this as long as Archie, you look after her. But I vote yes. Sure, why not?
If a fight breaks out, stay in the back with us. Braddock and I tend to, avoid the pointy ends of the stick.
You see she nods slowly and says, "Oh, and that's Braddock." And you see she points towards Braddock as you're kind of nodding in his direction.
Yes. I'm Zach, by the way.
Oh, okay. I will try to remember that. Thank you, Zach.
I'll get up and walk to the servant, the waitress.
Sure. Yeah, the older woman serving drinks. Yeah, she sees you
Yeah.
and she gives you a nod. Oh, anything else that you would like to hear?
One more ale, and I'll pull out a gold piece and I'll put it in her hand. How long have you seen this woman here? I'll point at her.
You see she looks at your gold piece and then kind of looks back up at you. Go ahead and give me a persuasion check here, Glory. You see she looks at your gold piece long and hard for like 5 seconds or so, and then eventually she puts her hand and takes the gold piece and slides it off, and she says, Farina's been here for a while now. I don't know, several months, I suppose. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine.
I know she's been looking to move on, but she hasn't found anybody to take her. Is that what you're asking about, or should you take her? Is that she asked you?
Exactly. We'll get her safely to her destination.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope she gets to where she wants to go. And one more ale, you said? Ale? Yes, let me go get your ale. And she will serve up a final ale to you. All right, guys, any other chatter here in this stop away off the road here in the Freehold of Obertal?
Braddock will just try to do eavesdrop as much as possible at any other tables and see if there's any other rumors or chatter going on.
Give me a perception check. I'll say this DC is fairly high just because there's not many people here. No, yeah, not much that you're able to put together other than just regular chatter about work and stuff.
Nothing exciting.
Yep, pretty
What do you
much.
boys think? We're taking her with us or what?
Oh,
Seems safe enough to me.
I think so. Sure.
All right. Hey, Barnaby, don't forget to drop a coin on the table for all these beers. I've seen you fiddle around with that coin purse. You got enough in there to cover this tab.
Oh, I'd be glad to cover it, of course.
Thanks, buddy.
Where are we going to stay for the night, actually?
We're staying?
Are we continuing on?
What time of day is it?
It's probably like 2 p.m. at this point.
Oh, I'm gonna be so bored.
I think we keep going, right?
It's probably our
Yes.
last chance for, a comforted sleep without anything in the woods.
I prefer the woods.
We're going. I say we go.
Okay.
I say we depart.
I can't stop you guys from taking her, but Archkill, you're responsible for her. We're not getting paid for protection, so she's your responsibility.
Well, I'll just pay you with some of my cut.
All right, now we're talking. Okay. Welcome aboard. You stay close to us. We'll take care of you at the back.
All right, little lady, what's your favorite recipe? I can't wait for you to cook us something up tonight. We have some goat leg.
You see, she gives a slight smile. I can cook goat. Yeah, there's not much you can do with that. I don't have a bevy of spices or anything upon me, but I can cook it up fair, just like anybody else. If you have any special ingredients, I'd be happy to see what you have and see what I can come up with.
Vigo knows all about that stuff.
Yes. We'll find some berries along the way.
You notice she smiles, and then you see like almost this like slight quizzical look comes across her just the briefest of moments, and then you see she kind of rubs her nose and says, "Okay, yes. Did I hear that you're wanting to go now? There isn't really much for lodgings here, to be honest. I mean, they'd probably allow you to stay in the stables if you really wanted to, but you're ready to push on now?"
It's a
Yes.
long journey.
It is, yes, multiple days.
Can you get your things together that fast?
I can. I would just need 10 minutes if you can spare them.
Yeah, and how long is it till we would be passing by Silbertall?
You're asking her that, or you're asking DM that?
DM.
I can quickly find that out for you.
It's
Does
not
it
in
drive-
6 hours, right? It's not in 8 hours from now or something.
Is there a scale on that map? Which one of the hexes is?
Not on the Roll 21, unfortunately, because it doesn't match the website map, so I didn't want to get too confused. So approximately from where you're at now to get to just on the outskirts of the ruins of Silbertal is 82 miles. You can move 24 miles in a day approximately, so somewhere between 3.5 days, something like that.
Okay. It is a long journey. We should try to go as fast as we can. So
Okay, yeah, she quickly takes her leave as she gives you guys a quick curtsy and then makes her way to the back. And yeah, like she said, 10 minutes later, she'll be prepared. Is there anything you guys want to chat with while she's not right by you?
I will let the group know that I, investigated her thoughts and didn't see anything suspicious in there.
but why wouldn't she say what god she worships? That's strange.
I don't know, but I didn't sense the name of the god either, so probably hiding something.
Let's make sure it's not that red woman.
I'll be sleeping with my coin purse a little closer than usual tonight.
Wait, so you could read people's thoughts?
Yeah, it's one of my many talents.
Well, don't waste that talent on me. There's not much going on the surface level.
Don't worry, I already figured that out a long time ago. Didn't even have to read your thoughts for that one.
He nods.
Hey, Adam, how much should I withdraw from my account here for buying the drinks and everything?
1 copper piece per drink. So I think there was 7 rounds, and then Gloria had a second round. So 2 copper from Glory, 1 copper from everybody else.
All right, and a tip. Okay, I'll just take away 2 silver pieces.
Okay, yeah, that'll be sufficient, and they are very pleased with your tip. All right, yeah, so you guys wait for about 10 minutes or so, much like she said, and sure enough, she is back out. You see she has put this sort of like overcoat on, covering up her dress. She has a small like rucksack on her back, a few little odds and ends tied to a belt around her, and she gives another smile and she says, "Yep, I'm ready when you are."
Does she say goodbye to anyone?
Not that you see, not in the common room at least.
Well, we're off.
Let's go!
All right, you guys exit from the freehold of Obertal and continue on your way. So you travel for perhaps another 4 to 5 hours, making good time along the road. Farina is following along, just being quiet unless you engage her in conversation, and then she tries to politely respond as best she can. I would say, if you're not asking her direct questions, but more or less just kind of musings or, discussing the weather, small talk, that kind of stuff, she kind of stays out of that. You might notice her smile every now and again, as though she finds something funny, but it's like a small smile. But yeah, she certainly keeps up without much issue. And you guys travel till it starts getting dark that night. And I assume you're just probably looking for some place to camp overnight, like you've done multiple times on your trip so far.
Yep.
All right. And yeah, so it's not full dark yet at this point. It's kind of getting darker. And sure enough, much like she said, she goes around trying to do whatever odds and ends she can. I think some of you guys have tents, so she offers to help with the setting up of the tents. She'll do her best where you kind of clean them out using a little brush from her pouch to try to get any dirt, anything like that off of the the mat that you're going to set the tent on. She will take the cooking duties over. I know most of you guys are eating rations, but the goat leg, you offer that up to her. She'll certainly collect some wood that she can find, start a fire, cooks the goat leg. Again, nothing special. There's not much you can really do with this goat leg. You do notice her kind of cut pieces of it away. And if you ask, she says it doesn't look like those pieces are still good, but the rest of it seems okay. So you can certainly eat that. Again, just kind of average meal overall, but she certainly seems like she's trying to be helpful.
You can do better, Farina.
Oh, be nice. You're doing great.
You see, she smiles towards you, Archgale, nods. She says, "Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm sorry, dwarf. But like I said, there's not much in the way of anything special here. I mean, I could look around for plants and things that might be able to be used to add some flavor, but I don't know how much we're going to find out here."
Well, keep your eyes peeled.
She nods. "Oh, yep, I have been doing just that." All right, if nothing else in particular, you guys post a guard that, watch that night goes by uneventfully so. Continue traveling, and this pattern seems to be going on for multiple days. Again, she's doing what she can, trying to be helpful. You do notice every now and again, she kind of walks away from the group, maybe 50 feet, 100 feet, 150 feet, something like that. You will see she kind of picks something out of the ground, small weed or something like that, and then she'll hurry back over to come with the group. Sometimes you'll notice what's in her hand, like a flower, a mushroom, something like that. She'll be kind of rubbing dirt off of them as she puts them in her pouch. If anybody asks, she kind of says, "Oh yeah, maybe this will help out, or maybe this will supplement our meals." But it seems to be kind of basic foraging, just real quick kind of stuff.
You said we went through the night. Do we get the benefits of a long rest?
You do, yeah. Feel free to take a long rest.
Is there a chance quickly just to see if I can get some hunting in with survival? I don't want to go too long on that, but see if I can get some rabbits or squirrels or bigger game even.
Sure. So throw a survival check. If you're willing to basically cut your travel down an hour each day, it would take a little bit longer to get where you're going, but you could spend that hour hunting. If you want to instead full day travel and then you take a separate hour going out, you would risk exhaustion if you do that, too frequently. But yeah, you could do either way.
What do you guys think?
We've got enough rations, don't we?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we're good.
The rations
Yeah.
until we get pretty low.
All right, no, we won't do that. I was interested on the mechanic. Okay, let's keep going.
All right. So yes, this same event occurs multiple days in a row as you guys continue traveling. So just as a reminder, you guys ran into the griffins about 4 days into your travel, ran into the ogres late in that same 4th day, and then you've been traveling for multiple days now. So it's somewhere between 3.5, 4 days after you've left Obertal that you guys are moving around the location of the ruins of Silbertal. So basically you've kind of gone like this at this point, and you're kind of passing by. You can kind of see the ruins of this city off in the distance. You see Farina is kind of looking that way the whole time, walking by. There's not much you can really make out of it from the road. There's a little path that leads there. And you see once you get to that path, she kind of looks at you guys and waits to see if you continue going or if you start making your way towards Silvertall.
What do you know of this place, Farida?
Not much. I heard that the dwarves of Grisel say that one day they hope to retake it and rebuild it, but as far as I know, it's just ruins.
We were warned not to go here.
Yeah, our kobold friend he sounded very serious. Now, I'm not saying I'm not up for an adventure. I'm just letting you know there's a warning.
The priest of Raver also said the same thing.
Wait. You said retake it. Who took it from the dwarves?
Unfortunately, I'm not really skilled in history or knowledgeable about that. I think they owned it at one time and then it fell to disuse. I wish I knew more for you.
We should probably move ahead quickly then. Doesn't sound like there's any good there.
We agree.
Perhaps on the way back.
All right, you guys continue traveling then, making your way past Silvertall. You notice Farina's eyes kind of linger there and she doesn't move as quickly as you guys, but after, 30 seconds or so of looking in that direction, she finds her feet again and continues following you guys. And you follow that road for quite a while. The weather seems to be holding up. It's, again, kind of like springish time. You're getting some days that are a little bit cooler, some that are warming up a bit more. There's a rainy day here and then more of a dry day. You're getting kind of a whole gamut of weather. You're about 10 days into your travel from Zobek, so you're approximately here at this point. And you're kind of settling down for another night. It's mostly a quiet night. You set a watch once again. Nothing too uneventfully so, but you do see that once again Farina kind of like sets up this small spot with a sleeping bag, like a bedroll, kind of lays there. And some of you guys that have been on watch, you might have heard her kind of singing softly to herself at night before she goes to sleep. This seems to go on a little bit longer this night. It seems to be kind of almost like weird made up words that she's singing. It kind of sounds almost like a lullaby in a sense. Just a little bit odd, but you certainly hear this if you're any of the folks that are like on watch early in the evening.
Do I recognize any of the singing as like a religious chant at all?
Give me a religion check. You don't necessarily recognize the song, but in a bit of the babble, I will say you make out some of the words of this, and it seems to be sort of like almost like a nursery rhyme about a cat.
Okay then. Nothing weird about that.
All right.
As long as the cat lives at the end of the story, I'm fine.
All right, you guys wake up in the morning. Again, continue the same process, making your way up here through the gun axe. This area is where you get to like this kind of split in the road. They call this the Gun Axe Pass. This road divides at a fork. Those of you that are familiar with the area, or at least have looked at maps on occasion, that sort of thing, you'll notice that this road leads west to Kuborg and Salzbach, northwest to Nordmanch and Hirschberg, north to Grisel and beyond into Krakovar. You guys, of course, are heading to the north. You'll know, again, just based on sort of local geography, that the more you're traveling north from here, the closer you are towards the Kingdom of Doresh. So as a reminder, the Kingdom of Morgau and Doresh is known as the Blood Kingdom. That, along with Krakovar, which was taken over by conquest. So you guys are kind of getting closer, you might say, to that border, though there's, these mountains do, provide kind of a natural physical border there. But yeah, you guys continue traveling for another 4 days or so, finding yourself here. So you're passing by this road and you pass along this bridge. It's kind of a small rickety bridge that passes by this river. River's not very big here at this point, maybe like 30 feet across. It's kind of like slow moving water. It doesn't look particularly dangerous. You think if you had to swim across it, you probably even could. But it's shortly after you pass it. And you guys, keeping your focus where you can, you're kind of passing by some trees and so forth. You notice off in the distance, there seems to be some people kind of gathered, and some of them look to be kneeling down.
Are they in the road or the side of the road?
So this is like a path just past the water. It looks like they're just off of the path.
Oh, I see. Okay. Hey, Archie, there's some religious stuff going on over there, I think.
Oh, well, they're just kneeling over. Maybe they need help. We should go see.
That's true. It is rude to not provide aid on the road. What did Braddock or Zach say? Something about cosmic something?
Yeah, but just be alert. Sometimes, bandits on the road set up these ambushes.
That is true.
Yeah, can I look out for anything hidden?
Sure, go ahead and throw a perception check.
While he does that, I want to know, are they in earshot of us? Could we hail them if we wanted to?
If you shouted loudly, you think so. So Gloria, as you kind of step out in towards the front of the group here, and you're looking down that way, trying to see what it is that you can make out, these humanoids seem to be crouching over a couple of bodies on the ground by the side of the road. You can tell at least two of the figures are ghouls.
Undead.
Oh, god damn it.
Kill them.
Shit.
Any way around them? We gotta take them out.
Probably take them out.
If you were a ghoul, would you want to be taken out? I would.
Yeah, let's do this. And I'll mage armor up.
I'll put my shield on as he says that. And I'm sure Farina would notice us getting ready.
Yes, you see her staying in the back, much like you guys said.
Arch Scout, keep an eye on her.
You got it.
All right.
Is it crowded? It's a small path, I'm imagining, so it wouldn't be a very good strategic place to fight them. Maybe we draw them out here.
So you're kind of, you passed this bridge a little while back. You're kind of close to the water. You're coming down this path. There's trees to one side. They haven't seemed to notice you at this point. So if you wanted to like try to move through the trees, you could. If you want to simply charge, you could. Lot of options. Give me an idea what you're thinking.
Well, what we can do is we can just lay a trap for them if we lure them back.
As you say trap, I just look at Farina. There's some bait over there.
Oh. I'm sure we all look tasty enough, though. Maybe we can fight on the bridge?
I can move pretty fast if you want. Get their attention and have them chase me. I'm probably the quickest of the group.
Let me just get some ready actions going and
Ghouls are fast too, remember? But this isn't our first time with them.
True, and Zach can do the cool teleporting thing too. I've seen him hop from place to place.
I would prefer not to be close enough to need it.
Getting the ambush on these would be nice for a change.
That is true.
Might be able to get some shots in from the distance before they see us.
yeah, that's how we could do it. We could just shoot at them, right?
And then form a line.
Worked well with the ogres.
All right, shields on. I'm ready. Flail hits the ground.
All right, so what I'm going to
Let's
do
do it.
then, I was waiting to see if you guys had any particular plan before I moved you to the map, but I'm going to move you to the map. Again, they haven't spotted you yet, so I'm not going to put us into order quite yet, but let me put you guys on the map to give you a little better idea of what you're seeing.
You pinging that spot to show that's.
Oh, sorry, I was just centering you guys as tokens. So you guys came this way, right? And then the path goes like this, and down here is where Glory was looking and spotted what he saw.
Yeah, that gives us lots of time if we want to try and get some long range spells off.
Cover for
Yeah,
that
let's just
too.
blast them.
I can hit him from here. I'm assuming that's
Ego.
true. I can see them, right? So I can take a shot. Like there's trees, but you know, part of the vision's blocked. So I'm assuming the blocked vision is where like the actual tree trunk is.
Correct. Yep. So, but if your line of sight goes through like the leaves and the branches and stuff, it would still be cover. If it's a spell that doesn't care about cover, like a saving throw, then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Got it.
I need to be a little closer to make the shot somewhat easier.
No, that's already been eaten. Remember, you guys prepped that.
We can try to go through the trees. We go that way, then they only have one option to come down, which is through the road.
They're not the most intelligent creatures. If we start firing at them, they'll probably charge us anyway.
That's true too,
Uh,
actually.
Yeah, I say we just step out.
Yeah.
Out and just
No.
launch it.
Well,
Those who can hit them from there, go for it.
Let me get
We-
a better hiding spot.
Let me see
Yeah,
if I can
Braddock hides, and maybe Barnaby does an EB to activate the fight.
yeah, maybe those people they're munching on, maybe somebody's still alive up there. We need to help them.
We will. We just got to get situated. Braddock needs to hide somewhere.
Can Braddock attempt to sneak up kind of in this up by the trees? Pinging?
Feel free to move your token slowly, like one space at a time, and I'll assume you're trying to move slowly. And when necessary, I'll call for a stealth check. All right, you can even start to hear a little bit of the sound of the chomping and chewing, just the gore fest, as you see them digging into these bodies. You're getting a bit closer, and I will say, Barnaby, from where you're at and you're looking in that direction, you notice this guy here. He lifts his head up from the rest, and you see he looks down in your direction, seemingly spotting you kind of in the open there. And you see he pulls his hand up as though he's giving a command to those nearby him. With that, I'm going to go ahead and put us into initiative. All right, those of you that have alert, feel free to ask if you wish to switch.
I'm not casting that at him. I was just trying to look at it.
All right, fair enough.
Nope, Grim got a higher one. Okay, nope, I'm good with that.
All right, not hearing any swaps necessary. Let me go ahead and change the music. All right, so at the top of the round here, You're going to notice this guy kind of slink off into the trees a bit. He is muttering something. Farina is going to lean forward towards you, Vigo, a bit, and she says, I'm going to wait here. I don't want to get into the danger zone. Zach.
These other characters here, not the ghouls, do they all appear part of the same party, or are they like people getting eaten?
They are not people getting eaten. They are taking part in the eating of the people on the ground.
Got it. Okay. I'll move up like 15 feet to here. Yeah, that puts me in range, and I will cast Chromatic Orb. Actually, I will bonus action Magic Initiate so that I can do this at advantage. And then I will cast Chromatic Orb.
So not Magic Initiate, Sorceress something?
Yeah, sorry, yeah. The, Innate Sorcery.
Innate Sorcery, there we go, okay.
And so that's at advantage. So that should be a critical.
It is, yeah.
And it will be thunder damage. So let me see how I do this.
Okay, so this is a very dramatic blast of thunderous energy here. So go ahead and click damage, and then we'll calculate your total damage here. All right, so 3d8 would be 24 plus 12 is going to be 36, and that's not a save or anything. So that 36 points of damage is just going to sunder this guy apart. It's so violent that he just like can't. His body like just falls to pieces essentially. And then this is the one that jumps, right?
It jumps if the two numbers are the same. So since that's max, are we going to just say those are all 8s?
They are all 8s. Yep, absolutely.
All right, so I'll just roll another attack at the guy, I guess, directly behind him.
Okay, one to the north of him. That is going to miss.
All right, and that will be my turn. Actually, like resource reporting. All right, it's not letting me do it, but yeah, that'll be my turn.
Okay, Glory.
Alright, I am going to rage. Then I'm going to move to there. At disadvantage, I'm going to toss a spear at this one.
Okay. That is going to miss. Spear flings over his head and strikes into the ground. All right, this guy, realizing that he is under attack at this point, he is going to pop out, pulling a crossbow to bear against you guys, and he is going to fire off at Zach. Do a quick check on the distance here, but I believe that's within regular range. Yep. So that is a 19 to hit you, Zach. I'm sure that hits.
Yes, but I will use shield to make it not hit.
All right, go ahead and burn a reaction. All right, the shield springs up around you and absorbs the crossbow bolt. All right, this one is going to do the same, firing off at you as well, Zach. That will miss.
And I'll just say out of turn,
They're in the trees. I see one here to my right.
Vigo.
Okay. Vigo runs forward, hearing that. And he's going to Starry Wisp this one in front of him.
Okay.
Oh,
sure.
sorry about that.
No, you're good. You get there, you fire off Starry Wisp at that one approaching. Yes, that will certainly strike the creature as that wisp of radiant energy flies across. It is injured.
Okay. And that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and attack the guy closest to me. I'm going to go ahead and shoot him with an Eldritch Blast.
All right, you conjure up that force beam and let it fly. Let's see if it hits. It misses. Go ahead and set yourself back to public, but unfortunately that's going to miss.
I was just trying to scare him away. So then I'll say, "Stop eating those people!"
And as blood and gore is on their faces and down their necks and on their hands, you don't think they're listening to you.
Yeah, but I at least gave him a good warning, though, Adam.
That is true. You can't say they weren't warned.
Am I able to go into the trees a little bit, or is it too tight for that?
No, you can. You obviously can't push yourself into the trunk, but you can push yourself into the area that's not blocked by dynamic lighting.
Okay, I'll take my 3.5-foot body and put myself there.
Okay, Grim.
All right, I know Braddock's in the trees somewhere. I see somebody. I'm going to move. So 5. There he is. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to do a bit of protection for our friends. All right, I'm going to step up with this ghoul. As I'm like, why does it always have to be ghouls? Flail.
It's in the module name.
That is going to miss.
You know what? Why can't I roll? I'm going to inspiration, Adam. I'm using it.
Okay, go ahead and burn your inspiration.
Just
Reroll.
because I'm frustrated.
Unfortunately, that will continue because that misses as well.
Oh,
but it was better this time.
All right.
Thanks,
At the end of your turn, Grim, you notice some movement as though somebody readied an action to move. Archgale, your turn.
Let's see. I want to move 2, 3, 4, 6. That is my full movement. Does Grim count as cover for the enemies?
He does, yes.
Well, I don't like that very much. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna cast a guiding bolt. Wait. No, I'm not. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cast. Okay. I'm gonna cast a sacred flame on the ghoul in front of Grim. He's 55 feet away, so I'll need a dex.
All right, dex save from the ghoul. That'll be a fail. All right, the radiant energy crashes down on the ghoul's head, wounding it.
Okay. And then I'm going for my bonus action. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on Grim.
Nice.
On my turn.
Hey, Braddock.
Thank you.
Braddock, did we lose you?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Yep.
Safe to say that Ghoul can see me.
He can, yes.
Okay. Since my buddy Grim ran up there to intercept him, Braddock will stop. He will flip the crossbow up onto his arm, do a nice steady aim. So this is that advantage. Fire the crossbow.
All right, you aim through the branches of the tree and strike true, hitting into the ghoul. As the bolt punctures into its chest, it is wounded.
Oh, I'd hope to drop that. That is all I can do for my turn.
All right, as that ghoul rushes down and gets up in the face of one of our PCs who moved to the top of round 2, we're halfway through our session here, folks. Let's go ahead and pause, take our 15-minute break, and see us on the other side.
Sounds good.
All right, we are on the second half of our session here. We're going to get everybody back over to the map and continue this battle. And we'll put on our up-tempo music. All right, we are at the top of the round. This gentleman, who just moved quickly thanks to a readied action, is going to go ahead and move again, putting you into a flank, Grim. As he's making his way down here and you glance at his face, looks like a human. You're looking at him, yeah, that's just a human guy. But because he's with these other people, something doesn't quite add up about that. And your eyes are really looking at him as you're trying to fight this ghoul off. You realize he's got some makeup on, it's caked just a little bit too much. And now that you know what you're looking for, those teeth look a little bit bigger than normal human teeth. As he's getting closer to you, you see he actually licks his lips and he says, "I've heard your kind are delicious." And with that, he is going to unleash a multi-attack. So he's going to attack you with claws first. That will miss. He is then going to try to bite you. That will miss. And then he's going to swing out his war pick. And that will miss as well.
There's a guy over here. I got 2 in the woods.
All right, Farina is going to just make her way over here a little bit. Zach.
All right, I'll take a step over, get a little better view, and then I will open up my cloak and drop a cloud of daggers directly on this guy.
All right, cloud of daggers.
Okay, and then I will use the rest of my movement to run back and away a little bit over here, kind of behind the tree, and that will end my turn.
All right, so as the cloud appears, it just immediately deals damage.
Yep.
All right, so I will subtract that damage. That is slashing damage. All right, so as the cloud appears and circulates around, it does indeed stab into him.
And what is the symbol we're using for concentration?
It is the stopwatch. So the same one you see on Archgale right now. All right,
okay.
Glory.
I will move up to there, attack this ghoul.
Ooh, even with the flank, that is going to miss.
In my turn.
Alrighty, this guy's turn. He's going to make his way down to here and put you in the flank there, Glory. He is going to attack with a sickle in hand. 23, that'll hit. That'll be 3 cut down to 1 point of slashing damage. All right, this one's turn. Also flanking against you there, Grim. He's going to try to bite you. Critically hitting you with the bite.
Here we go.
All right, primary damage of this is piercing. So here comes a piercing crit. All right, max amount of damage from normal damage, then roll damage. All right, so the maximum he can deal is 8, and 6 is 14, and then plus what he rolled is 13. That's 27 points of damage to poor Grim. All right, this guy's going to move over, take a shot at Glory. 20, I believe that hits Glory.
Yep.
All right, that does indeed connect. 8 damage cut down to 4. Okay, Vigo.
Okay, Vigo doesn't like Grim getting so hurt, but he can't do all that much about it. So he's going to move up here. Bonus action, cast Healing Word.
Nice roll.
For 12.
Thank you.
And then he is going to, as an action, do Starry Wisp on the hurt one, or the one on the other side of him.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit. It does indeed hit his pinky.
You get away from him! That's the end of my turn.
All right, Barnaby.
All right. Needless to say, I'm going to go ahead and attack this guy here that I've got the flank on. Adam, if I do hit him, I'm going to use my free Paladin Smite.
Okay.
And I hope that hits, and I'll have a question for you.
A 15 will hit.
All right, I'll do the damage first, then I'll do the smite.
Okay, the packed rapier strikes into him, wounding him.
All right, doesn't look like I have smite built in yet as damage. I thought I did.
So Divine Smite in 2024 is a spell, so it should be on your spell list if you have it.
Yeah, I thought I also had it built in, though, as far as on his sheet. Up there it is. All right, so I'm going to Divine Smite it. It's different the way that they have it. I have Divine Smite, and then I add a 1d8.
Yep, that works.
Something on that doesn't look right. What is... It should be 2d8, right?
Yeah, I rolled all 3 of them. So 2d8 plus 1d8, total of 17 damage there. I don't
rolled
know.
a 9. Oh, 9 plus 2.
No, it's 5
I see
and
what
4.
Yeah, it's because it's a different way to use the character sheet. My apologies for taking up the time, but I moved the bar over to the right, putting it on red, I guess, which added it in there. I just got to get used to that. So.
Okay, so it's actually only going to be 15 points of damage because your dueling is already applied in the rapier. You don't double apply that, so I'm going to take 15 off the ghoul.
You're going to take 2 off the ghoul, you mean?
No, 15, because instead of you dealing 17, you did 15. So you did 11 with your regular attack and then 15 with the smite.
Okay, cool. And then does that there, because that's my free one, does that count as because I didn't use a spell slot? Do I get to use a spell slot now?
What do you mean by a free one?
So paladins, I'll go ahead and post this. They get one here. It says it finishes. I don't use a spell slot for that one.
It would still count as casting it because it says you can cast it, so it counts as casting.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it's just that the wording. I just wanted to make sure that because that's a weird way they have it in 2024. So
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn there. Thank you. Sorry for the extra time there.
No worries. All right, Grim.
All right, I'm gonna swing out at the ghoul to my, I guess that's west.
On this map, that is north, but that will hit.
Oh wait, dang it, I didn't hit the button.
Your flail smashes the ghoul in the face, and it drops.
Okay, good. Then I'm going to move to here. Going to action surge. Click that off. And I'm going to attack at the guy who wants to eat me.
11 will miss.
Okay, and then I'm going to bonus action second wind.
Nice roll as well. Healing's on point today.
All right, and then that's it.
Hey, Archgale.
Okay, I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at this fellow that is attacking Grim.
All right, go ahead and make your attack. Yes, that does indeed smack right into him solidly.
Okay, let me roll damage and I'll resource report.
Okay, that radiant damage strikes him solidly.
Okay, and then I kind of want to see what's going on this side of the map. So 5, 10, 30. See how our friends are. Oh, they're looking pretty good. So I'll just end my turn there.
Hey, Braddock. Can't hear you if you're talking, Braddock. All right, maybe Braddock stepped away. We'll skip him momentarily.
Can you hear me now?
Yep, can hear you now.
I'm gonna have to change my key because that key does not seem to be working very well. Sorry about that.
No worries.
The fact that Grim is no longer flanked is good news. I think he will do same. So he'll use his bonus action to steady aim and then fire the crossbow at what we think is a vampire.
Okay, you shoot past Grim, trying to connect against this opponent. Go ahead and make your attack.
1.
21 will hit.
Okay, let's see what we do for damage. 12.
All right, that bolt will strike him solidly.
And sneak attack?
Yep, that's already in there.
Okay, copy that. I see it.
All right, this guy's turn. Let's see. He is going to take advantage of the flank and spin around attacking Glory with his claws. All right, so here comes the claw slash. That's a 19 to hit thanks to the flank, and that is going to hit Glory. Oh, looks like the damage post doesn't want to work. Let me throw that from the sheet. All right, so that's going to be 5 points of slashing damage. We'll cut that down to 2, and then I'll also need a Constitution saving throw, Glory. All right, you managed to succeed on that and are not paralyzed. All right, Grim, you're going to notice as this opponent slides right around you out of the cloud of daggers, putting himself into a flank as he moves towards Braddock, saying, "And what delicious morsel are you?" And with that, he's going to try to hit you with his claws. 18 on Braddock. I believe that is going to hit. It is.
That is going to hit. Yep.
All right, his claws savagely slice into you for 15 points of damage. And let's see. Yeah, I'll need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
These are tough riders. Did you guys open the details on those attacks?
No. This guy's healthy, though.
Okay, that
Which
that
would
is
saving
a
throw instead of a check. Same modifier.
okay. That is a failure then. So you are paralyzed.
Can I have not used this before, so I apologize. I have my energy dice that's as a. What is the reading of this? It's a skill check? No, that's not a save. Not a save. My bad. Okay.
No worries. All right, so that is going to paralyze you. Once you are paralyzed, it's going to continue its series of attacks here. This attack is now at advantage, so it is going to go ahead and bite you. That is going to hit, and that makes an automatic critical since you are paralyzed. Here comes, let me double check what is doing more of the damage. All right, this is piercing. There comes a piercing crit. Okay, this is just a standard crit. So that's going to do 17 plus 13. So 30. Oof. That critical is going to take you to negative. Yeah, that's going to do all of your health, Braddock. So 6 plus 24 extra. That unfortunately is enough to slay you outright.
Oof.
All right, and then on its third
Oh,
attack, it's going to turn its war pick on Grim. 21. That's exactly what he needs to hit with Grim's Shield of Faith. So here comes the war pick. It's going to be 6 points of piercing. Okay, Farina is okay where she's at. Zach.
All right, start by moving to get some vision. Okay, and then this guy moved, right?
He did, yes.
All right, then I will use my magic action to move my cloud of daggers back on him, and which will cause the damage to occur again.
Okay, yeah, those daggers will flash around, slicing into him.
And then I will move back to where I was. And end my turn.
All right, so Grim, you notice that as these daggers keep puncturing him, they're slicing away at what clearly was a disguise that he was wearing. I'm going to go ahead and remove this token. And replace it with what you now see before you.
Eek.
All right, Glory.
Attack this one, the school.
Yes, that'll certainly hit. All right, yeah, that is going to be more than enough to take his head off and slay him straight away.
I'm going to use Warrior of the Gods. And heal myself for a D12.
All right, spending one of the dice, okay. All right, looks like that gets you back to full. Okay, this guy's still with sickle in hand. He's going to slash out at you there, Glory. Apologies for the delay. It looks like all the sheets crashed. I'm having to reopen each one individually.
They died instant.
21, that is going to connect. All right, and as that slash connects against you, it is going to deal 1 point of damage to our Raging Barbarian. This guy is going to go ahead and fire off his crossbow at you, Glory. 18, that's going to hit. And that'll be 1 point of damage to our Raging Barbarian. Vigo.
Vigo looks distraught as Braddock falls to the ground. It's like, you keep talking about how people taste. Let's see how you taste. He drops to all fours and wild shapes into a dire wolf.
All right, Dire Wolf. I don't think you've used this one yet, right?
Nope.
All right, let's go ahead and get a sheet set up for you. Okay, so that is set up. You should have access. Let me move it down to your section. All right, should be in your section. You should have your sheet. I'm going to move your token to the GM layer. We're going to give this guy a turn with the same initiative. Feel free to take your turn while I'm doing those little clerical things.
Cool. Is it cool if I change his health? Because he just retains my health.
Yep, absolutely. Yep, feel free to update that.
And I got 9 temporary hit points, and I'm going to bite at him. So currently, do I take damage from the Cloud of Daggers if I do that?
No, we didn't adopt that house rule, so you managed to bite not into the square, just outside of it, and still get him somehow.
Okay. So I have advantage with pack tactics.
Yep, that makes sense.
Oh, I'm whispering for some reason. Hold on 1 second.
Feel free to set yourself to public. Just roll once now, since you already rolled one. That one you know will miss. That one will hit. Go ahead and roll a critical. Looks like piercing.
Yes.
Maximum amount, and then roll damage and add that. Okay, yeah, go ahead and post damage. We'll calculate your maximum and then add whatever you've rolled.
Okay. And they become prone.
All right, so your maximum would be 13. So we'll take 13 plus your 9 for 22 points of damage. And he is knocked prone. Okay.
And how does he taste?
Dead.
Yeah, you're gross.
All right, Barnaby.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and cast Shield of Faith on myself. That's as my bonus action.
Okay.
I don't have it set up for my AC, so we'll just add it. I'll add it in later.
Okay.
And then I'm going to move, and then I'm going to take the flank position there, and I'm going to attack.
10's going to miss.
I will get you next time, but I won't be eating you. There's a lot of that going on, and I'm not into that stuff. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to bonus action dash. It's a racial thing here. Use it just gives 2. So what square do I need to go to, Adam, to get a thing?
What's a thing?
Flank, that's what it's called.
You can go 1 to your west to get the flank, or you could go 2 to your west since you're with a large creature on the other side.
I'll stay here then. Okay, so with the flank, I did a bonus action dash.
It's prone in there, anyways.
Yeah, but he'll get advantage and +2 for flank.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I need it apparently. Here we go.
Critically hitting him.
Uh-oh.
All right, go ahead and post your crit damage. Okay,
And I have Savage
14
Attacker,
points.
so... Should I roll the d8s again just to see if it's better?
Hang on one sec.
I'm too quick to hit the button on the chat.
That's all right. It takes a while to learn anytime you new stuff. Yeah, I would say that would work that way for a crit. So 4 and 7. So 1 extra. I'll apply 15 instead of 14. All right, as you smack into him, you see his bravado finally fades, and you see he gets very nervous as he is near destruction, and he says, don't kill me. I can tell you many things. Please let me live, and I can tell you a lot.
I'm gonna think about it.
All right, Archgale.
All right. I will do a firebolt at this guy that is sandwiched between these two.
Okay. Uh, 11 will miss.
Action. Let's see something good. Nope. I will end my turn then.
Okay, unfortunately, Braddock is slain, so remove him for initiative order. This ghoul is also down. So move to the top of the round. This guy is going to stand up using half of his movement. He's going to disengage, backing out of the cloud of daggers. And he's going to slowly back to here, and he's going to say, don't kill me. I'll tell you what you want to know. Just don't kill me.
I'll respond and say out of my turn, say stop the other guys. Tell them to stop attacking your friends. Tell your friends to stop attacking.
You see his eyes kind of flash over, and he looks towards them and he says, they won't listen. You'll have to kill them all.
Score! Nice!
Zach.
I will look around and see if we're honoring the like truce, if you will, or the parlay request.
I will allow anybody that wants to describe what they look like when Zach looks around to see if he can determine whether you're honoring the truce.
I'm killing this guy in front of me.
All right. I'm gonna move up and put the. Actually, that's probably more than 30 feet. Okay. I am just going to move a little more to get a clean line of sight, and I will cast a sorry, what's it called? Sorcerer's Burst at this guy.
Okay. Yeah, 16 will hit.
Uh, 2 points of psychic damage. And
All
that will be
right.
my turn.
His mind is racked as he is wounded. All right, Glory.
Taking that guy.
Yeah, 22 will hit. Slash in and wound him badly.
I need more turn.
All right, this guy is going to continue attacking you, Glory, with his sickle. Hitting once again. 3 points of damage this time as the blade carves into your arm. This one is going to take a shot at Barnaby instead, firing off his crossbow. That is going to miss, and then he's going to decide to get a little bit of extra distance. Okay, Dire Wolf.
Hey,
Hey,
I wouldn't know what to ask you anyway, you undead piece of shit.
bring our friend back, or you die.
You see he's still chewing on part of your friend and then just kind of spits it out and gives you an innocent-ish look.
Okay. Daryl's gonna bite him.
All right.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what to ask this dude anyway. He's dead.
Your
Ooh, I missed.
jaws snap onto his body, but you realize he's wearing armor. It does not hurt him.
You cannot escape us. I don't really have a bonus action because everyone's pretty healthy, so that's the end of my. Well, you know, I'll move up one more. It's the end of my turn.
All right, Barnaby.
Haha!
10 is going to miss.
No, it doesn't. I use my inspiration.
All right, go ahead and burn that and re-roll.
Here goes a 12.
A 9
Oh, I
is going to
did
miss.
worse. Oh my gosh, I pulled a Brian. Okay, all right.
All right, Grim.
All right, I'm moving to the flank here. I'm going to say, I wouldn't know what to ask you, you piece of crap, and I'm going to.
He holds his hands up just before you swing and he says, I have a drawing. I could show you. A 10 will miss.
Being
Perfectly
very
missed.
dramatic too.
Is it on you?
He was dodging that swing, but you can tell that now that he has survived 2 attacks after quote-unquote surrendering, his lips curl up and you see his mouth he is angry now.
Yeah, we're toast. They freaking. I have no inspiration. I gotta figure something out because I'm going down. One of us is going down right now. Do you see those rider effects on the freaking attacks, man?
Nah. This guy has like 2 hit points.
Where's our cleric?
Cleric, your turn.
Thanks. Seeing how things aren't going so badly for these 3 now, I'm going to move. So let's go. All right. 5, 10, 15, 25, 30. Oh, I see. I will throw a firebolt at him.
Okay. That will manage to connect. Can you kill him before he gets another turn?
Please, 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 please. Yes.
He has
Yes.
7 HP left, but that is enough to scorch him and incinerate him.
And I'll just give a thumbs up to my battle buddy.
Good job, cleric. Good job, Archie.
All right. Farina is good where she's at. Zach.
All right, I'm gonna move up to say there, and I'm not letting that one run away. So I will pull out that diamond and launch a chromatic orb at him.
All right. Guy at the distance. Go ahead and make your attack. Yeah, 18 will hit.
That
I'm
is
assuming. I was going to say. I assume thunder again. Yes, the chromatic orb slams into him, damaging him badly.
And that will be my turn.
All right, Glory.
Alright, attack that guy.
21 will hit. 17 damage is more than enough as you slash through. What was the Rider D6 for?
It's called Divine Fury.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, he is dead.
It's part of Path of the Zealot. When I rage, I do extra gradient damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that included before yet. But all right, yeah, he is toast.
Alright, I run up 30 feet and I end my turn.
All right, that guy is dead. All right, I'm gonna give this guy one more shot since he's the last guy in the round, and then I'm sure you guys will be able to kill him before another round. He is going to shoot you, Glory, since you've just come closer. That is going to miss, and we are going to assume you guys managed to catch up and kill him. And we are out of combat, folks.
Archie Braddock is down. Look.
Oh no.
Not another.
I'll perform a medicine check on him just for the sake of
You
being generous.
You don't need to, because as you look at him, it is quite clear that his throat was completely ripped out.
Well,
Hey guys, we killed ours over here. How are you guys doing?
Hey, girl, get up here.
I'm gonna reach down and well, I'll do like a quick prayer over his body, and then I'm going to take his money and put like a little note on it that says Xavier on it.
All right, you collect his coin pouch and scribble a quick note in there.
And I'll make the announcement that Braddock is no longer with us. If I go for some reason, make sure this gets to Xavier.
Who's Xavier?
That's who we wanted his money to go to.
Yeah, but who is it? I mean, I don't know him.
Well, I don't know him, but it'll get to him.
We knew Braddock.
Hopefully it's the right Xavier. Well,
We should burn him.
dump his body in the river.
He was attacked by the undead. We should burn him.
Yeah, he needs to burn.
I have some oil.
Well, what about his other pockets?
Yeah, we should see if there's anything valuable, as he would want.
Can
He'd
you
want
remove?
guys to have them.
Can you get rid of these daggers?
You can't get any closer. The daggers are in the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll drop concentration.
I'm trying to see.
I thought that was a token that just was somehow disappearing or something.
Yeah, quickly scanning Braddock's sheet, mostly generic equipment. Let's see, agate handled dagger might be a little bit interesting. Set of thieves tools might be interesting. The rest of it looks like mostly run-of-the-mill stuff.
Damn it, I like that guy. He was cool, and he got us into shit, opened up doors and stuff. I give an orc yell into the woods.
He was so mysterious and everything, too, at the same time. I mean, nice guy and mysterious. It's so sad to see another friend go.
Yeah, this series of quests has not been the best for us. We should maybe demand some more money. This has been pretty dangerous work. Well,
Yes.
let's see what this other guy has on him.
The only other item that I have that might be interesting to the party was that I did pick up those vintage playing cards that Farina might actually like.
Ah, yes.
We need to stop these creatures, though. You see what they're doing.
He tried to make a deal with me, like I was gonna ask him questions. I wouldn't even know what to ask. Good thing that Archie came in and took care of it.
Zach,
Maybe
as
he
you
didn't kill
search
everybody.
his person, you find 75 silver pieces, 125 gold pieces, a leather pouch that contains 10 pale blue moonstones. Most of these coins are square silver dwarf marks and golden rupin minted in the iron crags, but a handful are gold skulls and silver ducats from the Ghoul Imperium, which bear the head of Emperor Nicephorus the Pale. He also has, oh, sorry, I was a little delay there. He also has a drawing on him. And it's just like a charcoal drawing of a man.
I'll take all of it. But does the gold and like the silver have any like difference in value? Is the money good in both kingdoms, or is it only like one versus the other?
It's weighs the same amount. You would assume it's the same, but obviously, if you pay with coins from the Ghoul Imperium in, say, Zobek or in Grisel, that might certainly draw attention. Like, why do you have coins minted in Ghoul Imperium?
Okay, got it.
Does the war pick look any special?
Not on looking at it, no.
Can you paste the amount of gold? I'll
Yes.
put it all on my character, and then I'll divvy it up after the session.
While they're doing all the searching, I'll go ahead and I'll cast Detect Magic ritually.
Okay, that's taking 10 minutes. Anything anybody else is doing in that time?
I'll prepare Braddock for, I don't know, what do we want to do with him?
I think we were
Gotta
gonna
burn him.
Burn
We
him?
gotta
Okay.
burn him. He got killed by a vampire.
So I'll close his eyes and put his arms over his chest and make him ready for, being pyre burned.
Hey, girl, come help me gather some wood to keep our minds off of what happened.
Yes, I can help with that. Yeah, I see some right here. She starts pulling some downed limbs from under this tree.
So, as a wolf, Vigo's going to try to listen to see if he hears other people or creatures in the woods around them.
All right, go ahead and throw a perception check. No, you don't hear anything like that. However, now that you're over there by those bodies that were being feasted upon, you can tell both of these bodies are dwarves. And you spot that one of them has a small golden nugget on a chain around what's left of its neck.
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say after that, I was going to revert back to dwarf form and then search them, try to identify them, and then, if possible, include them in the funeral.
Well, if they're from Gristle, we gotta let them know whenever we get there. I don't think we should drag their bodies with us, but, I'm sure if they're from Gristle, they'd want to notify next of kin.
And yeah, I guess I'll take the golden nugget.
All right, feel free to add that to your sheet.
Is anyone checking the rest of their bodies too? Asking for a friend.
Yeah, I would. Or I can help you, I guess, if possible. I guess I'm not proficient.
All right, you search around the rest of the bodies for any kind of additional coinage or any items or anything like that of interest. On the humans that were fighting against you, you find crossbows, sickles. I don't think they were wearing armor. I'm going to double check. No coinage on them, however.
I was hoping the guy named the Procurer would have some good stuff.
So procurer is actually their title. That's what they are. They're procurers. That's not like an individual person's name. And they actually are wearing leather armor and then have sickles, light crossbows, and 20 bolts each.
Don't think we need any of that.
We will need to recruit someone, though, once we get to Gristle.
Yeah, do they have any sort of identifying things on them or anything that we could maybe identify who they are?
The dead dwarves?
Yeah.
Other than the gold nugget that you found that was worn as like a piece of jewelry, nothing else.
Okay.
It would be good to let Gristle know when we get there. I'm assuming they're from Gristle, and do our best to try to describe what happened, and maybe get a piece of their clothing. Is there a scarf? Just something to identify. Because we're days away still, right?
I have the nugget. We can identify them through that. It's not so common.
All right,
well,
just,
they get burned too, then I guess.
This here was the drawing that was found on the undead opponent.
Hmm.
Do you recognize that, Farina?
You bring the drawing to her and you show it to her, and you see she looks at it intently for a moment, and then she says, I think I might, but I'm not sure. I would hate to send you down some kind of wild goose chase.
Well, who do you think it is?
I think it was one of those noble people from Krakovar. I forget the name.
Maybe they are in danger.
Do you know anything about the family?
I
Isn't
only heard
Krakovar
what
or-
I only heard what
Go ahead.
travelers said. Ever since Krakovar fell under the shadow of Dorgo and Morgesh, it's most of them were killed.
Well, maybe he's one of the ones who survived.
Maybe he's one of the ones that started it.
Well, I doubt that just some random guy over there would have a picture of him if he wasn't hunting him down.
What that monster said to me was, "I'll explain what the drawing is." Whatever, dude. So I didn't feel like talking to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he took out one of ours. We take him out.
Yeah.
Adam, after the 10 minutes, I'll look at the coins, the blue gems, and everything else.
The
just kinda
pickaxe,
glance
the
around.
war pick,
Mhm.
war pick.
Nothing seems to be magical here other than what might already be on your companions.
All right. So I'll look at Grim and I'll say, Grim, I can't really tell what it is, but it does seem special.
I don't know.
Does it even look cool?
It looks like a standard issue war pick, maybe a little bit more grimy and bloody than typical version.
I'd take it and throw it in the river.
Okay.
It's trash.
All right, now I heard funeral procession here, so you guys are intending to burn Braddock and the two partially eaten dwarves?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to assume since it's kind of like, mid-afternoon at this point, you're probably going to spend the rest of the day here then, finding enough wood to build funeral pyres for all of these folks. How about the dead humans that were fighting against you? Are you leaving them here, or are you burning them as well?
Everybody burns.
Yeah.
You could
We
burn
should
them
prob-
in
we
a
should pro-
separate pile.
We
Yeah.
should probably leave them. Because if Gristle guards come up and say, well, we're missing 2 guards, did you kill them? Are you ghouls? Then we can show them proof that no, there's dead ghouls over there.
There's undead around here. I don't want to take a chance of any of them coming back to life, regardless. They need to burn.
Burn.
Hey, Adam, is that a thing? It's just like a rumor in our heads that if you don't get burned, you'll come back as an undead in this world.
Give me a religion check, Grim.
Come on, Rasa. Help me out, Rasa.
I think it's Rava, but we'll see how well that does to your check.
Yeah, his religion check is not going to be good.
You think Rasta is far in out of there and not going to help you on this one.
I should have paid more attention to Archie.
We burn the other ones, especially the main one, the one that killed Braddock, in a different pile.
All right, so it sounds like the group is agreeing to burn everything here then. So with this amount of bodies and the amount of wood you're going to have to gather, this is probably going to be like a full day kind of event. So as long as you guys are willing to spend, like 24 hours here, collect wood, get the final parts going, get fires going, sleep out overnight, wake up in the morning, and then depart. Does that sound reasonable?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well worth it.
Oh, if Braddock had any rations on him, we would take those though and divvy them up amongst the group.
I could do a quick double check there. Yes, he had 11 rations.
All right, can we just say 2 each, and I'll just take 1.
Sure, that's fine.
All right, guys, I'm going to move us back to the map. All
Better
right.
start rolling up a dwarf.
I think he's already got a backup character. I've been peeking over there. But we'll see what actually gets activated next week. But yeah, you guys, sleep out overnight, having spent quite a bit of time gathering all this wood. Farina has been helpful here, doing everything she can. You do see that she kind of like stays to the outskirts and tries to be polite, knowing that you guys lost a person here. She does whatever is asked of her as far as, helping clean and collect and all that kind of stuff. She does eventually take herself down to the river and seems to like spend some time cleaning her hands and just kind of washing up and washing her clothes, and she'll offer to wash all your clothes if you would like her to.
Yeah. Thanks.
All right, so those of you that ask her to, she'll take your clothes down to the river, spend some time kind of washing them, cleaning out any stains, trying to get blood out, that kind of thing, and then she'll put them on the rocks, try to get them a little bit dry, but that eventually takes them closer to kind of like a separate fire that's not a funeral fire, knowing that there's no real risk here of like being detected since you guys are having big fires anyway, and she'll kind of use that to kind of dry the clothes the rest of the way. Long story short, by the morning the clothes are still slightly damp but not uncomfortably comfortably so, and she'll return those all to you guys, and then you guys can continue traveling on. All right, so back over at the map here, let me go ahead and reveal this location. Okie dokie. All right, so you guys continue traveling north along the road then. It's only about, feel free to take your long rest, folks, because you guys would have got that overnight. You guys travel only about 4 hours down the road before you find yourself coming to a small roadside village. You can see that this is very much set up in the dwarven style. A lot of dwarves seem to be around here. Much bigger than the freehold, but certainly not the size of like a city. On a quick estimate, you maybe think there might be like 200 residents here, something along those lines. And yeah, it looks like kind of typical village kind of life. You can see, some folks that look to be more like farmers, some that are miners, people kind of pushing carts around. Overall, seems like a reasonable little place.
Everybody mind your manners.
Should we stop and get a drink?
Yeah.
All right, you
Is there
guys
a
stop.
local-
Yeah, you can certainly find a small watering hole here in the village. In passing through and kind of just listening to people chatter, that sort of thing, you pretty quickly learn that this village is named Stromberg. And as you're chatting with some of the folks here, you do manage to find the local inn. You're able to get ales for, again, like a copper a piece. They're a little bit of a different style than from the Freehold of Obertal, more of a dwarven, like a thicker, darker kind of ale. Pretty decent if you like stronger drinks. You also see that they seem to be very proud of this nutty cheese that they have on serve here. Many of them saying, with only a hint of sort of, maybe it's not fully true, best cheese, even better than what's in Grisall.
Better than the Netherlands.
And then we'll get some cheese and eight ales, please, not 6. And
I-
guys, we have a tradition in my village. When someone goes down, we buy a drink for him, and we all take sips of it, and we drink it for him, and we remember him. Braddock, the good man.
I
Sounds like a
think
good
we should
tradition.
also. I think we should also show around that necklace you got there and see if anyone recognizes it.
That's a good idea. Let's give our
I'm
toast to
full of
Braddock.
good ideas.
Thank you, Barnaby. Let's give a toast to Braddock, and then we'll ask around.
All right, who would like to
And
take the
we-
lead on that asking around?
Oh, not me.
I can do it.
Okay, persuasion check there, Vigo. Since you're a dwarf, I'm going to go ahead and give you advantage on this, as most of the dwarves here seem very friendly to you, maybe a little bit colder or standoffish to your companions, not angrily so, but certainly seem to be more open and willing to just chat with another dwarf. Yeah, so you chat with a few different people, and eventually someone does seem to recognize this little gold nugget necklace. They tell you to go over to this one house and speak with Dorum. They say, oh, yeah, I think I saw Dorum wearing that before.
All right, thank you. And did Dorum look like this? And I described the guy, that guy.
Keep in mind that you only saw parts of him because he was, eaten. So you kind of described the parts that you could recall. And the dwarf here is like, well, yeah, that kind of sounds like him, but that could kind of describe a lot of the folks here.
Any scars on his face? No, just kidding.
Was this
All
person
right.
half-eaten on a regular basis?
I think something terrible might have happened to Dorum. But
Was his blood
I will
red?
go to his house.
I'll go with.
Did he have large bites across his entire body?
All right, you make your way to the house that was pointed out to you, and a dwarven woman answers the door. She looks to be middle-aged, and once you approach and kind of explain why you're there, you see she looks quite sad very quickly, and then she nods slowly. Yes, that's Dorum's. He always wore it. Where did you find him?
I'm sorry to say he was away from your village. He was attacked by ghouls.
You see she sobs once again and then slowly nods. This is the third such attack this month, but we thought the threat had passed. Havard Glimmerstone and his men took care of the ghouls responsible a week ago.
Well, he didn't get them all, I guess. I'm very sorry, and we will give the necklace over to her.
She thanks you upon returning it, the gold nugget necklace, and you see she grasps on it to it tightly. She says, I guess this is all I have to remember him by. Thank you. Thank you for returning this and letting me know his fate.
Ma'am, I hope this, I so sorry for your loss, but I do want to let you know that we did give a ceremony to your late husband to make sure that the ghouls did not torture him anymore.
She thanks you once again. You notice her being maybe a little bit apprehensive when you say ceremony, but she doesn't seem to ask any further, and she thanks you once again.
We burned his body. No. Yeah, okay.
It literally says on the module here, if the PCs bury the remains of the dwarves, but I think burning probably would work too.
Where is this Havard Glimmerstone?
Oh, he is at the Black Kenton of Grissall.
And I don't think we have the map with us. I mean, not the map. I'm sorry. The picture of the person. At least I didn't take it. So Vigo, I don't know if you took that picture at all.
I doubt I would have it because it was whoever searched that body.
Zach looted it. So Zach, did you add that to your character sheet?
I didn't, but I mean, I generally grab like everything that seems to be of value. I didn't write that one down specifically, but I definitely would have grabbed that.
Yep, yeah, you said you grabbed it. So, this one's more like a handout, so that's okay if it's not on your sheet. Like actual loot and stuff like that, though, that will be important. But yeah, I have this in the player handout section, so no big deal. We can assume you guys have it.
Cool.
You gonna show it to her?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
take it out. And have you ever seen this man?
She shakes her head. No, human in this area, we don't see too many of them.
Okay. Thanks, anyways.
She
I'm
nods.
sorry for your loss. Do you know who the other one that was with your husband was?
I don't know. No, Durham worked with a few different people at times. He was a good man. He helped everybody in the area. I'm afraid to say I don't know who he was helping today or yesterday.
Well, if someone is missing and doesn't turn up, that might have been with him. That's probably what happened.
She nods. I will make sure to tell everybody here in Stromberg, and hopefully we can find out who else needs to grieve.
All right, Hugo leaves her alone after that.
All right, fair enough. Is there anything else you guys want to do here in the dwarven village of Stromberg?
Yeah. I'm in the bar, right?
You certainly
Tavern.
can be, yeah.
Yeah, I wanna. Is there a police presence or some type of guards or anything that's visible as we walk around?
Very minor. You sort of think of this as like village watch. So again, about 200 people here, maybe like 10 seem to be kind of like watchmen, just kind of doing patrols on the edges of the village.
And how far down the road was that attack? From,
4
from
hours
Stromberg?
to 4 hours
that-
to
that-
that direction.
That's close enough. I'd go into the tavern. I'd walk in and say, hey, since we, I'd say, hey, heads up, everybody. Sorry to interrupt you. About 4 hours down the road, heading towards Gunnick's Crossroads, or wherever you guys call it, down south there. We were attacked by I don't know, looked like definitely undead. 2 ghouls and some vampire-looking dude. There are some losses on the road, but just heads up, it's not safe around here down to the south.
You notice the people there kind of nodding, and some of them, once again, seem very appreciative and make sure to go out of their way to let you know. And one of them even sends a drink your way.
Oh, thanks. I just be safe. Does this happen a lot? Oh yeah. If I still have the attention of the whole place, I'm a pretty big green guy.
You notice one of the dwarves, as you ask this question, he kind of nods and he says, too often, yes. This must have been 3 attacks now this month.
I don't know how you guys do it. It's creepy.
Don't have much of a choice, friend. This is where we live.
Well, we're heading up to Gristle in the morning, I think. Is it late at night right now?
No, middle of the day, probably like noon.
Oh.
Remember, you guys slept overnight after burning the bodies, and then you guys traveled maybe noon or 1 p.m.
I wish you guys luck. We're heading up to Gristle.
When you get there, let them know. Maybe send some more patrols down this way.
I will. Thank you for the beer.
And they seemingly happy with that. All right. Anything else you guys want to do before continuing on your travel to Gristle? All right. Hearing nothing, I'll assume you guys collect yourselves. I'll gather up once again, informing anybody who wasn't directly present for the conversation with the goat herder's wife and that whole situation, as well as letting them know they're in town. And then you guys continue on your way. So the rest of this journey goes by uneventfully so. It's another about 3.5, 4 days or so. before you find yourself approaching Gristle. All right, Gristle here is a dwarven fortress built into the side of the mountain. As you're approaching it and getting closer, you start to see more frequent travelers, mostly dwarves, kind of moving up and down the paths. As you become within sight of Gristle, you notice that there is a patrol of soldiers making their way to you. You can see they wear surcoats that bear the emblem of a round silver shield on a black field.
Watch your words now.
This patrol of a total of 11 individuals. One clearly looks to be the leader, and there's 12 guardsmen, all dwarves. The leader moves out in front to address your group. He looks to be like a stony-faced dwarf, and you see he kind of looks at each of you in turn and seems to focus on you there, Vigo. What's your business in Gristle?
We have been sent here on a mission of utmost importance.
Sent here from who, friend?
From Rava.
Yes, we come from Zobek.
Traveling quite far. You're not going to give us any trouble, right?
Trouble is coming, but not from us.
Give me a persuasion check there, Vigo.
Advantage?
Not on this one, unfortunately.
That's not going to be good. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
He pulled a Brian too.
No, that was higher. It wasn't much higher, but it was higher. You notice he kind of looks you all up and down again, and he says, well, we're going to have to do a quick search of your belongings, make sure you don't possess anything that's dangerous. Just stand here a moment. Don't give us any problems. We'll take care of this quickly.
Sure.
Very well.
What's dangerous?
Yeah.
You see he looks towards you, Zach, and he says, anything I deem to be of danger to Gristle. Why? You have something to hide?
No, but I can, cast magic myself, so...
Yeah, I don't care about that, because if you start doing that in Gristle, they're just going to smash your face into little itty-bitty bits, okay? I'm looking for, like, stuff that's dangerous.
Grim will laugh at that.
All right, let me see your stuff. You first, Masked Man, since you're so talkative. Let's see, what do you got on you? Anything magical on you? Anything overly sharp? Any kind of explosives?
I mean, I got a dagger.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you with a dagger.
Well, that's about it.
All right, and he motions for a couple of his guys to come up and give you the old pat down. Are you resisting at all, or are you letting them go through this procedure?
No, I'll let them do it.
Yeah, let them go through.
All right, so yeah, in turn, they kind of start with Zach, but they're going to spread out to each of you guys. They do handle you guys kind of roughly. Not that it hurts, but you can tell that they're trying to be thorough. They're kind of shaking you down a bit. So if you got anything that jingles on you, coinage, that kind of stuff, they'll certainly hear that. They, take out various weapons that you might have on you. As far as anything that I think I know of on yourselves that would be too dangerous, if you have any vials of alchemist fire, does anybody have that upon them?
No.
All right, and then how about vials of acid?
Nope.
There was a vial of acid on Braddock. I'm not sure if anybody took it.
Nope, nobody did.
I'm
Did
going to
not.
assume no. All right, so after doing this kind of check over, you guys, this maybe takes 20 minutes altogether. Vigo, I'll say that you can tell that the dwarves treat you a bit better. They don't shake you down as hard, and they're more understanding when you're like, yeah, this is all I have. They're like, yeah, okay. And eventually, this leader here is like, all right, you can head on in. I'll let them know. And then you see kind of motions to one of his guys. One of his guys does this like this whistle kind of that goes up the hills a little bit, leading up towards Gristle, and then you can hear this kind of like responding whistle, and then another one even further away.
So before we leave, I'll say, hey, bud, just to let you know, south of Stromberg, about 4 hours march, we had to dispatch a look like a vampire and 2 ghouls. They got into some dwarves and killed them too. I just thought I'd let you know that road's I heard it's getting more dangerous recently.
You see, he kind of frowns in disbelief at you. You fought a vampire.
I don't know. What do you guys think it was? It was bald, big pointy teeth,
Big ears.
big pointy ears, and he didn't look like that until I started smacking him a bunch of times. Then his disguise dropped.
And he liked to bite.
Did you fight him in the daytime or did you fight him at night?
Yeah.
Dave, but under the cover of trees.
Yeah, it wasn't a vampire. Trust me. Those sons of bitches don't come out during the day.
Who was it then?
Could be a couple of different things. You said it was with ghouls?
Yeah. Ghouls, fuckers, man. They always hit me too.
You see he goes, does a spit. Probably one of those damn Derricule.
Derricule. Oh.
They're like super ghouls. They're leaders. They come from the Ghoul Imperium. Just nasty sons of bitches.
Well, just a heads up, buddy.
Appreciate it. Head on in.
Okay. Vigo gives them all a nod and starts going in.
I'll lean over to Farina as we're departing, and I'll ask her, "Oh, well, now that we're here, are we gonna see much of you anymore? You got business here?"
You see, she smiles and says, "Well, thank you so much for bringing me all this way. Well, I'm just so overwhelmed by all what we're seeing here. But well, once we're inside, I'm gonna try to find some kind of work. I'm hoping I can find something I can do here to earn my keep. But yeah, I'll probably be here for a while. If you stop back, I'd love to hear more about your journeys. You obviously get up to quite a bit."
Okay.
All right, you guys push on into Gristle here, noting that it is quite heavily fortified by dwarven soldiers. You notice there is a lot of various religious iconography over this area. Those of you that are proficient in religion, even without a check, I would say you recognize in various locations symbols to Voland, Kurs or Kors, Grajava, and the Shield Maiden, which is a mask of Sif, also Wotan and Thor Perrin. So religion seems to be very heavily represented in this area. All right, as you guys make your way in here, inside you notice 2 giant stone statues. If you're proficient in history, you can make a check here to see if you recognize these statues.
I'm gonna, now that we're here at the very end, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
All right, feel free. With a 21, yes, you recognize these as legendary dwarven heroes. On one side is Jalric Coppersmelt, a stern-faced male warrior clad in plate armor with his mighty warhammer resting between his feet. On the other side is Delenya Herzak, a female paladin dwarf wearing ornate helm and bearing a shield emblazoned with the symbol of the sun god Kors and holding a battle axe aloft. You would know based on your history check here that each of them led successful campaigns against the living dead. All right, so you guys have made it to Gristle. We are at the end of our session time here, so we will go ahead and hang it up, pick up next week. Just as an FYI, inside Gristle this is like a major settlement. It has many different types of stores, shops, inns. This is not to the size of like Zobek, but it has pretty much everything you could ask for. So if there's things that you're wanting to purchase along those lines, you'll have some time while you're here. You also have a couple of, at least one name that you know to ask about in this area to find any additional information to see if you can continue on your search for the holy robes. All right, guys, great session. Unfortunately for Braddock, that was a very vicious series of attacks there, but feel free to bring your next character next time. Feel free to message me any questions you have on that, Keith, and we'll get you set up for a good introduction next week. But yeah, great session, everybody. Have a good night. We'll see you all next week.
That sounds good.
Thanks.
Good game, all.
Bye, everybody.
Yep.
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 Have a good week, folks. See ya.